I don't know about you, but this is episode 22. Hello. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Fates United. We're gonna have a slurps of a time this week, and it's gonna be so much fun. I'm so excited that we're back, and we have our whole party back this week, everybody. So I'm super excited. It's definitely a no sleep energy day, so if you know, you know. But we're gonna have super fun. I'm super excited. Happy birthday, Phantom Xander, our
Happy birthday!
streamer of the week. If you know him, you know him. If you don't, it's time to get to know him. He's an awesome streamer, good friend. He's a player in my Avernus game, and today is his birthday. So, give him some love. Say, give him a hello on the chat. We're gonna go give him a shout out, give him a follow if you like some shoosty games, and just a fun guy in general. He's really fun. Besides that, welcome if you're watching this on YouTube or VOD. We record this live every Thursday, our Fates United weekly D&D campaign homebrew based on the world that I've created of Organia. But we do this record live 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single week. So welcome, come join us live. We have a lot of fun in chat if you're live and you want to go back and catch any of our old episodes. Most of them are up. You missing one or two, but we're up to like 18. So I mean, like, I feel like we're a lot closer than like saying, hey, you can watch the first 10. So we're getting there. And if you haven't, just as always, feel free to give us a follow on our socials for any updates on schedules and stuff like that. For instance, as you all know, I am moving, finally got my apartment settled, so thankfully, except for the fact that it's available after I'm supposed to move out of this place. So we're gonna have to figure that out. There's a chance.
How long?
There's a small chance. There's a small chance that we're gonna have to miss a week while I'm moving, but that's okay. Also, Sips, most rewards don't count, but I'll do it for the intro. But yes, so we got socials. Feel free if you want to give them a follow. We also have merch, which we have stickers going on. We have the original stickers by Pip 400, and also our series right now, which is amazing, like Komodo anime style by Deity Spears. And some of the proceeds do go and support our artists as well. So if you're interested in giving, or not giving, but doing some stickers that will be a series in future promotions, feel free to reach out to me and we can make something happen. Besides that, I think that's it. I always forget something, but we'll come back to it later. Oh, Discord. And we have a Discord that we share with the amazing duo of Marquee Gaming and really Deely and everyone else anyway. Everyone that is in our community. We have a lovely community. Thank you guys so much for your support. Seriously, pushing me through to continue to do Fates, even when my life is kind of crazy up in the air and things are changing. Having this consistent and your community and your support means the world to me. Thank you. I love you guys. Let's just get into it. As every week, we do our intros for players and characters. So slurps over to you, D.
I'm sorry, my microphone is too sensitive. Hi,
Fingers
I'm
up,
Deely. Yeah. Oh, you're good. I'm Deely. I know I'm looking over here and not on the camera because the camera, like my iPad is like this, and I don't want to like look over here. I guess I could just stare at Rachel the whole time. It's fine. Or Mark. I mean, you guys are like, just look between you guys, I guess. Anyways, I started streaming this week, so it's pretty cool. I did Tuesday for sure, and then I might kind of flex between Wednesday and Thursday, just for fun. And I've been doing some art, but I'll also start a Skyrim. I have to figure out how to kind of get that more, but you guys should come check me out. I'm just doing a lot of art on Instagram and Twitter, so you can check me out there. So, yay.
Slurps over to the other side.
At least you're not making slurping sounds.
I mean, I can if you want.
I mean, no, I really don't. So, hi, I'm Rachel, aka Pip. You can find all my art and my other just random D&D character adventures at Twitter and Instagram at Pip400art. And I also stream art on Marquee Gaming, which is the channel Mark and I share. So you can come hang out with me. It's always a fun time. The end.
I don't know what's happening in chat, but I'm loving it, and I'm here for this.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Slurps down below.
Hello, I am the player for Kahurangi, Deely's husband. I am glad here to be here. Sorry I was out last week. I was dealing with troubles. But we are back and ready for more adventure. Also, visit everybody's Deely's Instagram and Mark and Rachel, especially you got, I was going to say Fates Night, but that's completely wrong. Beacon's Aura, because I made a terrible JoJo reference joke to it. I'm pretty sure Mark very much disliked that. But that's okay. And
I just don't think we got it.
It's okay. I know somebody in the chat understood it, though.
Oh, for sure.
So I was happy for that. But anyways, excited to be here. Glad to be back. Beard might go away again pretty soon, but I figured I'd keep it at least one more week before.
I will give Kahu
Making
a
it go.
disadvantage if you.
Oh.
We will see.
All right.
Pass it on.
Last but not slurps.
Hello, everybody. I'm Mark of Marky Gaming. Also, good to see you all. Yeah, we hang out, do some fun stuff. Mike hangs out with us too at our channel, so it's a good time.
I almost died.
Almost died. It's pretty crazy. Poor Renan. I feel really bad. I'm gonna, I don't know, figure out something for this week.
That terrifies me even more than it comforts
Because
me.
you like broke all our spirits. Is that why you feel bad?
I feel like I've killed all my players' souls last week. So.
I mean,
I'll be honest, Renner's actually
Fair.
feeling a lot better by the end of it. He's like,
Oh,
hey,
good.
I'm
I'm
helping.
glad.
I'm being big boy for people. I've gotten people out of safety. We found plants. Like, I'm not crying. I'm not dead. Like,
Okay, I'm glad.
Yeah.
I felt like I was the worst DM. last week.
no, that wasn't it.
But anyways, come hang out and see the worst DM on Sundays, 2 p.m. CST.
Yes, and so all of us, we have a wonderful content that we do all throughout the week, streaming. We got the art, we got Beacon's Aura. I right now am doing It Takes Two and Mass Effect impromptu. Usually it's on a schedule, but it's kind of just whenever I get a chance to, just because I'm still trying to figure out my schedule. So with I do It Takes Two with Brittany. Right now we're doing Sundays after Beacon's Aura, and I'm trying to aim to continue to do Mass Effect on Fridays, but we'll see. Again, Friday's a big errand day. However, you do not want to miss our final, possibly final, maybe two more Isle of Monsters streams on Sip Master General's channel. We've been having so much fun with that. Sip Master. I always want to say Sips Master. Did I spell it right? I don't know. I think I did. So, yeah. Okay. Monday, 7:30 Central, I think. Where Slap and the many other adventurers go to decimate and destroy a monster in his wonderful magical world based on the Monster Hunter game. So it's really fun, and it's modular. So if you're interested in also playing in a Monster Hunter homebrew type campaign, definitely check out the Discord announcements or reach out to Sip Master General himself. He has signups for future modules, which are about 3 to 4 episode games. So it's really fun to get your feet wet in D&D. Try it out with different people, apply. It's a whole lot of fun. So
Yeah, he's a good DM.
with that being said, in honor of the Pyro Club, let's burn it down.
Yes.
For tonight's game of Fates United, we jump back into the fiery pyrery dungeon crypt near the volcano. As all of our characters successfully survived their tests, we jump back to our narrator, who's sitting down on a log, looking over the cliffside down upon the lands underneath. He sits holding a wooden staff, long with knotted wooden angles on it, and at the end curled wood that seems to have maybe formerly held an item. Absentmindedly, his hand going through where an item might be missing, it seems. Around him are smaller genasi children, an air genasi, a water genasi, a cracked skin earth genasi, and one kid kind of standing off to the side with his arms crossed, fiery red hair just kind of beaming down in the wind. Well, it would seem that our chosens had finally taken their first step onto their fated journey, passing their first test and glimpsing into ages of old. Kahuranji, after walking into the spirit realm and coming face to face with an old elven lady who goes by the name Bardicdice, she spoke of the circumstances around his birth, dying and coming back to life. In turn, as the shadow creatures crept in among him, he fought for his life, but more so fought for his friends, and in doing so was able to break free 3 war-forged dwarven spirits from their possession, and in turn, aid the other chosens in battle in the crypt down below. Makai, Anais, and Zachary pushed on further, taking down the ancient warforged, and upon entering the king's throne room, was able to find what seems to be a yellow crystal. Some sort of artifact of ages, and given directly from the affinities to the dwarfs for having to shut the dwarfs and the royal guard to be sealed under the mountain, to prevent it from falling into false hands, turning what once was a glorious castle and image of the dwarves in the land to their final crimson crypt. What will the chosens choose to do with the crypt, with the knowledge, and with each other? Well, we'll find out tonight as we jump into tonight's game. All of you now are standing the 3 in silence as the skeleton body of the dwarven king who had spoken to you and awoke as he was cursed to stay alive, stuck between life, limboed between death, protecting this crystal from falling into darker hands. Upon finally proving yourselves and accepting and acknowledging the fact that you are chosen, you took possession of this crystal, letting his soul go to rest. He's wearing a golden crown, an orange robe that seemed to have flames that licked up into the sky, but upon his rest, grow cold and turn into a dark blackened robe. Almost looks like a cooling stone, though still made out of a nice silk. There we jump back into this room. I think Anais, you're the one holding the crystal?
Yeah. And I think for a second there, especially if it looks like it's over with this dwarf guy, I would not be even looking at the rest of him. I would be like really trying to like look at this crystal, like what's so special about it? Why did I have a vision about it? Like, do I feel anything? Is it anything important that I can see right off the bat?
Calling upon our glorious DM Sitmaster General's mechanic and his, I want 2 different roles for this one.
Okay.
I want a investigation roll
Mhm.
and an arcana roll.
Okay.
I assist her in this because I'm right by her, I think.
I'll let you do your own.
Separate?
Yeah.
So Arcana and then, or Investigation and Arcana?
Correct.
Right.
Okay, so I got a 15 for investigation, but then I got a 4 on Arcana.
Okay.
I got a 18 on Investigation and a 17 on Arcana.
All right. Anais, your eyes were drawn to this crystal. Drawn to the beauty from within. It's shaped in 3 different distinct crystals, but the inside seems to be broken off from a larger object, it seems. As you're looking, you're just enraptured with the beauty of yellow, opaque, almost topaz-like crystal that seems to have veins of red and flecks of orange going through it, almost like it's moving. slowly like a lava river below a mountain. It seems to slowly pulse with a glow. And the more you look at it, the more it reminds you of how your cat's eye feels alive or moving. It feels kinetic. Doesn't feel at static. Doesn't feel at stasis. For what connection? We're not quite sure. You kind of get lost in the beauty of it. Zachary, as the more you look at it, you sense definitely a connection to your crystal. Similarities arcane-wise in what it could be used for, though this seems to be at a much grander level. This isn't a focus for an individual, but maybe something for a ritual? Maybe something for a device? It has a grander usage than an arcane focus. That's clear to you. And upon your investigation, as Anais flips it over, you notice that it's not smooth and natural like it was dug out of the ground or its own piece. But it's carved as if it's supposed to connect or get placed into something else. Whether by someone carving it or some sort of other arcane means of connection. Makai, give me a perception check. As you're kind of standing back here, the other two absorbed to this crystal.
17.
You take time to look around, and your eyes eventually give way from the stilled skeleton, the body of King Malvar. You look around, and there's 2 more skeletons on the ground that seem to have been guards that stood by his side until the end of their life. Looking around, you can see a room to where his old room used to be. And it reminds you of back home. A royal house. Where the king's room would be. It's very similar in built. For guests, but also for him. But you also notice upon not only the robe he's wearing, a shield brooch that seems to match the crimson color of the capes, but specifically that Anais is wearing.
Oh, that the king is?
Thank you, guys.
I can come. I'll go closer and take a look.
Sure. They both seem very well intact compared to the rest of the. You can see tattered clothing that is rotted over the years on a skeleton and is barely string and web. But this robe and this brooch seem to have stayed the time. Even the crown a little bit seems to have lost its shine. But it's still filled with precious gold and precious items as well.
I don't think I'll take anything because I feel like, I don't know. I know I took the wishes of people, but maybe I won't take somebody's crown.
What do you guys do?
But I'm just looking at the adornment, and I'll take a peek inside the room too.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of go through the room, and a quick glance around, everything in here has just died off to the rotting of time. Nothing here has really survived much. The silk on the bedding seems to have gone away. Any baskets or vases seem to have, crumbled or lost to time. You see like a scroll cabinet, and all of that is just faded, and it looks like a pile of dust on the ground. Whatever history and whatever personal items were here is long lost to the sands and the wanes of time.
Okay. Cool.
I might like kind of look at Zach and just kind of like start to put it in my bag, but like if he stops me, like I want to hold it or something, I will. But
I mean, I can put it in the sack I have if you want.
yeah, so I'll hand it to him.
You're putting in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
Disappears.
So Yellowstone.
One that both of you feel, though not sure in what purpose, connected to the other affinity stones that you have. Affinity stone, I just realized that. Sorry. Didn't do that on purpose.
Affinity and infinity.
I mean, you know,
two different
mine are
things.
better, of course.
Oh, I felt like it was in my staff stone. It felt like the same.
You feel a connection to the magic and affinities.
Okay.
Not specifically yours, but just
Yeah.
something about it gives a resonance to the same sort of connection. Whereas you could have a normal focus and it's arcane, sure, but this feels pure and connected to the affinities.
So I'll like look over at. It's just the stuff on this guy, right? That's kind of the only thing that hasn't rotted away.
Pretty much. There are what seems lesser versions of armor similar to yours, but a lot of them, it's not the armor that was magical, but rather this effect. So it's kind of like old armor that still can like has a little bit of a smoke coming off of it, but not really the armor itself on some of these that last.
I'll sign. Should we take this stuff?
I feel like, I mean, he defended this. We should, I don't know, maybe put his crown by the fountain. Like, that seems like a place of memorial. Just as a respect.
Did it look like it was worth a bunch of money?
The crown?
Yeah.
I mean, it's made out of gold. The similar gold that these coins are made out of. And it seems to have some gems in it. And also just with a basic understanding of what your dad did, the historical connection this would probably have could potentially bring a pretty penny if you give it to the right person. Depends on what you want to do with it and how you feel would be respectful to do with it. It's up to you guys. Or not respectful if you want. I mean, it doesn't...
Oh, Brad, what were you gonna say?
Oh no, I'm unsure if we should take it or not. If either of you feel we should, great. If we think we should just leave it on him and let him rest in peace, that's okay.
That room was like a memorial hall and prayers and stuff, right? We could put it on the fountain, maybe.
That's true.
Anais signs, or we could give it to Bry, and he knows that people have been wanting to find this sort of thing for a long time, like my dad. It could bring more recognition to what they did.
That is true. Well, I guess the other part of that, though, that I'm worried about is if we bring artifacts and then people come here again and they can't open the door and then we're brought and then they figure out what we are because only we can open it.
Anais signs, I don't know if anyone would, maybe some people would assume that, but it sounds like my dad spent a ton of time trying to figure out how to open the door, and I don't know if he ever came to the assumption that only chosens could open it.
That's true. That's a good point.
Zach will walk over, grab the crown, and walk
The
over
whole
to
place
Anais
came down.
and just hand it to her and say, "You decide what happens to it then." your dad was looking for stuff like this, you decide.
She like looks over at like the body a little bit, and then she just kind of like holds on to the crown and then signs, I think it'd be better to bring it out.
Okay. Then, yeah. We'll do that. Yeah. No, I think Bricarius will be extremely interested in it anyway, so yeah. I just wanted to make sure that we were thinking about and covering all the bases just in case. But maybe what we can do is set up a little memorial of our own. I don't know, maybe try to like... No, none of us have flowers. I don't know. We'll just remember it in our hearts.
Zach will go up to the cape and kind of like pick it up and start to like drape it around the back of the throne, kind of decoratively.
There you go.
The cape that was on him?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me an Arcana check.
On. All right.
For draping skills.
15.
15. As you pick it up, your fingers and your connection to arcane items and arcane magic seems to connect and kind of charge a little bit. What is your vision of the king? What's in Zach's mind right now? What's his perception of him?
Just that he defended the stone for many years.
You see as you go to drape it, the robe shifts from that cooling rock to a gleaming steel and gold, almost shield look as you wrap it around. It's this almost like it's changing the imagery on the robe.
Interesting.
A nice signs. What is that?
It's interesting.
It seems to shift. This cape does.
Is this changed appearances?
It was like fiery. Now it's looks like a shield almost.
Does it look like it? I'm confused out of character. Does it look like it turned into a shield? Or does it just look
Zachary,
like
as you're holding it, it still feels like a robe. And to the rest of you, it seems it's hard to tell just from looking. From what you see a change in almost what it looks like. But Zachary, you holding it still feels like a robe, even though to them it might look before like fire or it might look like metal now.
It just looks different. But let's see. I'll think about polka dots as I hold it.
I'll make sure something. Okay. What color polka dots?
I'll think of red polka dots on a white cape.
White cape, red polka dots that match the crimson cape. That Anais is wearing.
So apparently makes it change based off of looks. I just thought about this.
That's interesting.
So, if I can, I will shift it back to the shield-looking thing, but with like a tiny bit of like smoke, like it's kind of warm coming off of it.
Definitely, this metal looks like on the verge of like starting to heat up and smoke kind of rising off of it, but doesn't seem to be hot to the touch or anything.
I'll just hang it over the top and kind of like drape it on the side, hanging slightly in the front and back.
Sure.
What? We're not taking that with us?
You just talked about making some sort of memorial or something.
Yeah, that was before we found the magical changing cloak.
If you want it, it's yours, and I walk away.
Well, now I feel bad, but I mean, I was gonna like make like a little like gravestone or something.
Go for it.
Ugh. More moral dilemmas.
Zachary, give me a persuasion check and add a d4.
Add a D4.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not good. Still a 16 though.
As he's like letting it go and walking forward, he's like, have at it. And you're just like, okay. You feel like this overall, like, Zach is very right. All right, well, I'll do what I want to do. You almost just feel willing to listen to his last statement a little bit more than before.
Oh, am I becoming like a selfish person?
No, not necessarily. All about your intentions, but you definitely feel pulled to action based on what he just last said, on whatever you want to do with it. Because that's what he told you to do.
It's true. Well, we know it's here. But maybe it could be like useful for disguises. What do you think, Anais?
Be all the Demon Slayer cloaks he wanted to be.
Anais just signs. I feel like we don't know for sure if the door will close again.
Oh, that's
I wouldn't
true.
want to leave anything here that anybody else could take.
Okay. I'm going to take it, but I am also going to make a little grave marker and try to make a little memoriam thing. Zach, can you write in Dwarvish?
Is Zach in the room?
Or did
I'm
you
in the
leave?
room. I just like walked to the back, away from the cape. So.
Gotcha.
Sure.
I think this could be handy in some sort of situations.
What are you attempting to use to make a memorial, and what are you writing with?
Well, I'll just put it on the stone, but I'll try to like...
Yeah, you tell him, Ranger.
Is there like a chisel or something that I could just like
Yeah,
on the forge or whatever that is, the
You look
anvil?
Yeah.
around.
I was gonna ask about
Actually,
that.
There's a forge here, so I will say there's a few basic blacksmithing items here that are very ornate looking, that are basic, that you could probably find something to, like a hammer and chisel.
Okay. I'll just kind of
Yeah.
make a small little thing.
Yeah,
to-
I'll help him in that if I can, or like add on to it in common or something.
Cool, I like it.
But I will take the cloak. I think it's nice to have writing, because I think Anais is right. I feel like we don't know if we're gonna get here, and maybe somebody else takes it and like uses it for nefarious purposes or something, you know.
As you go to pick up the item, and you're expecting like a smoking war metal, it's just silk in your hands. You realize you're kind of passing through some sort of illusionary effect. Give me a wisdom save.
Oh no. 10.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You don't feel bad at all taking this.
Okay.
But as you pick up the item, the brooch falls off and it clinks on the chair.
Oh. Well, I'll pick that up too. What does that look like?
It looks exactly like this. And I'll put it in the Discord in the Fates United world.
Okay.
Like this.
Oh,
it's
okay.
super small, but that's okay.
Oh, yeah, I can see it.
I'll just bring that along too. I'll just pin it back on the cloak and...
Okay.
All right. Well, I think that's a better memorial anyways, but all right.
All right.
Well, should we go back to Kahu?
Zach judging level is like
One
100.
day it's gonna come in handy and Zach's gonna be happy. Mark my words. Haha, Mark.
Okay. It's gonna be the key to your success, Marky. Too much. Okay. As you guys walk back, I'm guessing you're done in the throne room.
Yeah.
As you guys walk back, you now see that the tubing, you guys have saw the little glass-like tubing that's filled with green, is now filled with white. And it seems that all these locking mechanisms on the doors all seem to be unlocked and free, open. You do notice that one hallway that you didn't go down when you first came in, you could have gone left or right, and you went right. Left actually seems, it goes directly to the square where the Warforged are, but it's caved in where you were. But as you go back, the Warforged that had been corrupted and with black veins and rusted on them all seem to be broken apart after you guys destroyed them. The three of some unnamed dwarven spirits and guards that had, in their final stay of trying to protect the king, put their bodies somehow or souls into these Warforged, lie there unpowered, resting, dead, you're not sure, but based on their last words, you seem to tell that they're a lot more at rest. You guys do anything with the Warforged? They're silver with gold inlay, no mouth, eyes for like gems that are inert, not glowing. A red cape, and same, it's silvering like chest armor and almost looks like a suit of armor, but connected with some sort of pulleys and joints that are metal, with gold ornate writing on them that is in dwarvish architecture. They all seem to be inert at the moment.
Man, what does the writing say?
Like not writing per se, but like the ornate just style of dwarvish
Okay.
decoration is what I meant to say.
Okay.
But yeah.
They're kind of scattered about, right?
The ones that you destroyed are scattered about. The three are kind of like standing all in the center, but like had kneeled down and kind of like gone inert. And all the pods seem to be not twirling anymore, not powered. They all seem to be done.
Okay. Maybe we can arrange these all a little bit more respectfully.
I just want to play, Dad. Let me roll a d20.
I think we could arrange them all to not just be scattered. Maybe? If you want to help.
Yeah, Anais can help if she wants to do that. But she does sign, you should probably hurry.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Ranger is... It's like 117 out, buddy. You can't be outside. I think maybe let's arrange them all laying down and with their weapons in their hands or like next to them. Maybe like a little soldier memorial type thing. Yeah, we'll do that.
Zach is very enthusiastically helping.
You guys eventually set the three of them up in a respectful manner, laying them down at guard with their weapons. After some time, yeah.
I was just gonna say while we were doing it, Anais might sign to Zach. Are you upset about the cake? We can just put it back.
Fine.
She signs. I don't. Oh.
All right.
I got disconnected.
She signs. I don't want Lightus in here getting anything.
Yeah, it's fine.
She just keeps going back to it.
After a little bit of time, after setting up these warforges in that way, you all eventually start making your way back out. Are you guys taking a little bit more time now that there's not a little rush? Are you hurrying back to the entrance, or are you taking more time to look?
I think we would hurry because we don't know how much it's taking on Kahu to like keep the doors open.
Sure. Yes.
At least I would. I don't know if Zach.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get out of here, so I didn't want to do the statue setup thing. He's just ready to go, so he'd be like, "Let's go." Once that's done.
I'd be kind of like taking hurried notes of things as we're walking, though, like trying to remember things and details. I've kind of been doing that this whole time. I wasn't really able to convey that very well because of all the Discord issues.
As they continue.
Huh?
As they continue. Yeah, but as you go back, and just for sake of brevity, and also sake to helping you guys kind of remember what you've seen, you pass by a very, very nice forge and blacksmithing area. And it seems that a lot of the precious metals you guys brought in from underneath were brought and worked on. You pass through a memorial fountain site where the statue of Malver is, and the fountain with gold coins in it were there, with different warriors and paintings on the wall. A lot of them were made out of metal imagery to show different accomplishments by different warriors and legends. And as you made it back to kind of a main area, there are 3 destroyed what you can only connect to in your mind as some sort of technology device that reminds you of a teleportation circle. It's similar. We're not quite sure. Zachary, on the way back, one of your observations, though, you do see what looks like cart tracks from 2 of them that are heading towards that forge. So you're kind of connecting that maybe it's some sort of teleportation from the mine down below, but there's a 3rd one that you're not quite sure of. The more ornate one, you're not sure what that does. Heading back out, though, again, you guys can see just imagery of dwarven accomplishments, finding and conquering the land in war, or at first being created and by the affinity and given this land and living among the affinity. But over time, as the affinity left, they had to fight in wars, and eventually won the volcano and conquered the volcano. And this is where it kind of made a bastion of dwarven civilization under Malver. So heading back, you guys eventually make your way back to the entrance, all while seeing the twirling in the tube of it's now white instead of green. I was gonna jump to Kahu, but we'll do that in a second. As you guys all kind of make your way back up into the larger part. You guys can all see Bricarius now standing there in a shimmering Kahu that seems to be sweating beads from his forehead and seems to be slightly strained but at peace. John, are you good? Do you need to jump off real quick?
I think you're okay, hon.
I'm here.
Okay. Kahu, you have been... Last we left you, you were settled in a peaceful, tranquil water underneath. Almost underneath the surface of like a beach water. You can see the surface, see the light coming down. But it's not like you have to breathe. It's different. You feel free and at peace here. Though you feel this strain on your body. The longer you're here, the longer you've been holding on to let your companions go forward and seem to have given them some sort of aid and blessing. that you're not quite sure of at the moment. You still remember the shadows that you defeated and kind of turned into lights of affinity that were freed from shadow. But you can now hear footsteps and the voices of Zachary and Nice and Makai calling back to you. And a light, a green light that kind of pops open, and an orb that just kind of comes right in front of you. And you just hear a voice that kind of echoes through the water. Continue to create your path. For as water that is collected and falls from the storm, you choose and create your own carving upon the world. Even if it was fated that the rain and the water would fall, you have the choice of what it looks like when all this is done. And the voice fades, and the presence fades. Do you reach out and grab that orb?
Yes.
And as you do, the rest of you, as you're walking on Bardicdice, goes, "Oh, fantastic! You're all okay." How you feel your whole body just lurch back into the real world, and you are decimated with strain and exhaustion. You are at full hit points, you are at full health and everything, but you do take 1 level of exhaustion for the level, or for the amount of time that you were in the spirit world holding for your friends. The rest of you see his form flash in green and solidify, and then from his hand, 2 broken orbs fall out as he's kind of just catching himself on the limestone beneath, sweat just dripping down from him. The door does not close.
Oh,
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't expect him to just be like, yeah.
You know what?
yeah, what's up?
About time.
Took you long enough.
I said it like that though, because I'm like sweating and like.
Yeah,
even.
yeah. For sure.
I mean, it's been a week. Come on, guys. What's up? But you do see Bardicdice. He has like some sort of like, well, actually, you guys recognize magic missile like charged up because he didn't know it was you guys at first, and then as seeing you, he kind of lets it disperse and is excited just to see that everyone's okay.
Something happened.
Can we ask you the same thing?
Well, yes, but what's happened then? I don't know. I know what happened to me, but I don't know. As time passed.
A month.
But
No.
I love it.
It's. I mean, how long have we been down there about since he had disappeared?
Not long, I'd say.
I rolled a 22
hours.
on my insight against Makai.
She's lying. She's pretty sarcastic these days. Maybe a few hours. Not quite sure. There's no really ability to tell time down here. Conventionally, from what you're used to.
Not very long.
It's a funny joke.
Sorry.
I don't have some water or something. I feel exhausted.
Smooth.
Did we
Alright.
bring
Appreciate
that
it.
stuff? Oh, there you go, Mark.
Yeah, we went down and battled these. I don't even know what they were. Things. And then got some stuff from Skeleton King.
Oh. It's a pop.
Anything important down there?
Is there anything important? We brought it with us.
Cookies.
Zach found a bunch of stuff.
Reach into the sack and pull out the stone kind of secretly and show it to everybody.
And I since that was the one in my vision.
What is that?
Aren't you the geologist around here?
Yeah, I haven't seen anything like that before. May I see it?
Sure.
It reaches out. You see his eyes glow for a second and his hand kind of like waving over it, almost like a scan. And I don't know what this is for, but this is very powerful magic. He kind of hands it back.
What kind of magic?
I'm not quite sure. Seems component in fractured, if that's a better way of saying it. As if there's more parts to it. It also
Nice.
seems a little unstable. If not handled correctly, I get this feeling of just a lot of power behind that. What it can do, I'm not sure. It's not finely crafted like an arcane item where I can identify it. I'm sorry, Nice. What were you saying?
A nice signs. Wait, who did he say cursed him? The dwarf thing or guy? Did he
So-
say who cursed him?
Did not say a name. That
Okay. He
a
just said
dark
he was
being,
cursed.
a darkness or shadow below the mountain.
Okay. So Anais just signs there was darkness down there possessing these things, and one of the dwarf was still alive, sort of, and he said he was cursed, but he couldn't die until one of the Chosens got that.
The darkness was in the other realm as well.
That's
She
where
just kind
you,
of looks at him like, huh?
that's where you went. Another realm? You Chosens are bizarre. You just kind of
Yeah.
see him just sitting down, just kind of like, ugh. This is not a
How do you
normal
think?
field trip.
My life hasn't been very normal for the last couple months. Yes, and I went to some other realm. With 8 shadows. And a woman. Called herself Virtus.
Nice's eyes get really intense.
What's everyone's insight or passive insight?
Ben!
What is it? Plus what?
14.
I
It's
think unless you rolled a 1,
8.
you...
Was it 10 plus your insight?
Yeah, if you have proficiency, you get that too.
Oh, okay. So I am proficient in insight. So 14 then?
Anais, do you want to give me a cool roll, or do you think it'd be a pretty obvious reaction to it?
No, I mean, it's not like there's any huge secrets right now with this, so
Sure.
she wouldn't even be trying to, be sneaky about it.
I'm just kind of curious in this moment how expressive Anais would be or not.
Oh.
think
Yeah,
that-
sure. I mean, if you want to have me roll to,
It's up to
see
you.
it,
I think I'm more or less asking you how expressive she is, how easy she is to react, how readable she is.
She's pretty readable. I mean,
Okay.
especially with...
Especially something like this, yeah. Okay, that's
Mhm.
fair. Anais, or Mekai, you definitely pick up on a strong reaction from Anais.
Do you know who that is?
Does Bri react? I was pretty sure I told him, but
He looks very more stern, more keeps his wits about him. Doesn't kind of like, you know, eyebrow, but grows a little more stern when you say that.
Okay.
Hmm.
She'll write now because of Kahu, because he doesn't know sign language. She just like takes out her notebook.
You want to
so I guess she can talk in Kahu's mind and then sign to the rest of them.
I mean, this whole time,
okay.
I've always, whenever Bricarius is around, I kind of just assumed for sake of brevity that Bricarius is always
He
verbalizing what
translates?
you're saying.
Oh, that
Ever
works
since the
too.
beginning, yeah.
Translating,
Sure.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Even when like you're signing to other people, it's almost like when people sign but still say what they're signing out of like respect, you know, that kind of stuff. Just to
yeah.
help.
Okay.
Mhm.
We can just do that then. Or assume that's been happening the whole time. So she just signs. She's the leader of Lytus.
Oh.
Don't understand what she's doing there. Is it her or a vision of her? Projection of her? I don't quite understand even where you were in the first place.
She signs. Why was she talking to you?
It was as though she was waiting for someone to come there. She said she was involved in my birth.
Isola's like,
Your birth? Like, she's not your mom, right?
Actually, where I was
No.
going with that. Okay.
She's not my mother. She claims to be somebody who was one that helped bring me to who I am. I have no recollection of her.
You grew up with her?
Again, I have no recollection of her.
Okay, did she claim to have you grew up with her?
No, she complicated when I was born. I was stillbirth.
Hmm.
She claims to be the one that put my soul back.
she signs. Put your soul back.
I don't know too much myself. I only learned about this, honestly, the same time that I was told I was coming here. My parents said that I was dead when I was born. And that
Oh.
when they sought counsel with the Goliaths, the shamans, that some ritual of some kind was done, and I went home with life.
Hmm.
Again, very unsure myself of what this all means.
I don't pretend to know a lot of your own culture, respectfully. But from what I'm aware, necromantic practices are very much opposed. Is that correct?
That's why I'm so confused about it. The Goliaths seem okay with it. My parents seem to feel as though it was the right decision, but necromancy has always been something tainted in our culture.
Guys. Oh no.
What?
I love that he does that.
If that was the leader of Lytus, and she saw Kahu, Lytus might know we're here. We should get out of here. We should go hide. We shouldn't be here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Where? Because let's walk and talk.
Kaho, did you have any
Yeah.
awareness or connection to the volcano? Were you able to see it? Were you able to see us from where you were?
I believe the answer to that is no to the DM. Is that correct? How am I feeling about this? How does Kahu insight this?
You feel it was more of a vision, and also it was not the same mountain. It was a different mountain, and you were high up on a cliffside, and it felt similar to the other vision where you're kind of like stuck in a place beyond connection to everything else. You couldn't see beyond that one place. It's not like you could see the sprawling lands behind it, and there was no connection to the volcano, minus obviously what somewhat connection of these pillars. But you don't know either way. And Zachary Bricarius doesn't have a dismissive tone with that. It's just a questioning tone of Kaho. There was not a dismissive of your idea. I just want to make sure that's clear.
Okay. Let's walk and talk, maybe.
What about this door? Are we coming back to research this? This is a huge find.
Is all our stuff still in there?
Your stuff?
Yeah, all because we put like the.
No, we took it out.
It didn't
So
stay
you-
in there.
So you never placed your items on there. It's what you placed them on other gems that were in there, and it
Oh, gotcha.
activated those gems.
Does Kahu have his tattoo back?
Yeah, all of you guys have your own items, and
Okay.
he has his tattoo back.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. Yeah, let's go then.
Right, but are we closing this door? What did you find down there? Is anything that needs to be kept from them?
Oh, I didn't get to say this earlier because Discord didn't like me. But I wanted to put the 2 gold that I took out of the pond back because I felt bad.
Oh yeah, that was a good question. I was gonna have you do a wisdom save, but you were dealing with Ranger.
Yeah,
Wisdom
I just
save.
wanted. 20. Not a natural, but just a 20.
Yeah, you guys saw her like take a second and struggle as she's like really unwilling to let go of this money.
But I did put it back in the water.
And then you just plop it back in the water and yeah. Alright. And then as soon as you leave the room, you're like, yeah, it's probably a good place to put them.
Yep.
Anais looks pretty intense right now and is like kind of looking around, like already about way more on guard than she was, but she does like hand him the crown.
What's this?
And she signs this was from the king.
Take the stone back too. Put it in the...
Mm-hmm.
This is a find.
Mm-hmm.
She signs proofs that he was right.
This justifies all of his research. They can't deny and joke him and undermine his research anymore. I agree, we should probably get out of here, but what do you all want to do with this? I mean, this is... You were led here. Should you leave this place open? Should it be closed off?
Does it look like we could close the doors again?
Not quite sure. You haven't
anything-
attempted anything yet.
Is there anything down there that we need to keep from others?
I think we took everything that's to be used. That was useful.
And nice signs it looked like there was a lot of technology. and old magic.
So your father's assumptions were right. Did you find affinity technology and ties to like an original ancient affinity?
I think so. Is that what we were?
Yeah.
Is that what we were going on? Okay.
Okay. I felt like last week was kind of like.
I know last week was so.
Yeah. So to sum it
the
up,
information.
based on all of the imagery you saw, the technology you saw, the arcane, the amount of how well everything was made, it's like going back to ancient Rome and finding computers. Like, there was imagery of this affinity walking among the dwarves, teaching them magic, teaching them the metalwork, how to create this arcane items, how to create technology based on the earth affinity and what they did. And you all know, just from common knowledge, for the most part, that over time, that's the legend, that's the story of creation, that affinities would create a race and live among them and teach them magic, teach them artifacts. And there were the first civilizations. When the affinities left, that magic and that knowledge of it, whether for whatever reasons, whether it's war, corruption, just old degradation, memory, whatever reasons, these cities were lost over time. And from where it went to everyone had magic, now only about a third of the population or even have access to magic. And if they do, unless they dedicate their lives to it, are only cantrip level, maybe first level at best. So that's why you see these inquisitors studying their magic or studying powers and abilities. You see, Vanali or the Centaurian, places like this that dedicate to training up people that have to show some sort of skilled affinity to the affinities. So that's kind of what you pick up here, is like, this is like stumbling upon like King Tut's tomb and finding it at a hovering car down there, Okay. This is a big discovery, very big discovery.
And nice signs. If we kept it open, would we be able to keep it out of the wrong people's hands, or would it just be bad again?
I mean, it depends on what you all do, or what we decide to do. I mean, we can, if we leave it unattended, who knows who's going to stumble upon this? If we turn to the dean or someone else that you all feel trustworthy of, maybe it could be protected and researched, and it's up. I mean, it's a big decision to make.
Well, what if people come here and ask how the door was opened, or they're trying to figure out how it was opened, or we do close it and then it's like, oh, it won't open for us. Why does it open for these kids?
Zachary, give me an Arcana check.
That's a 1.
Oh.
I mean, Zach is literally, though, just like standing there with his arms crossed,
That's
like
fair.
looking towards the exit.
Mankai, since you brought it up, you can give me an Arcana check too.
Okay. 17?
As you're questioning this and looking at the door, you notice that the gems are still unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
The gems are still glowing to unlock the door. Those never went inert.
Mm-hmm.
You're not sure, but this might be able to be opened without doing that again.
All right.
Did anybody pick up the 2 green gems that were on the ground?
I don't think anybody's touched them.
Kahu, that was the 2 that you had put in there.
Yeah, I'll pick them up.
You still feel a little bit of that arcaneness with it. You out of all 4 of you kind of get the idea this would probably be the key to opening and closing this at this point.
Put it in, see if it closes the door up.
Put it in both ends. About a moment of silence, and then seals up.
Can he take it out?
Mm-hmm. It
Yeah,
kind
I'm
of.
gonna take it out. I'm gonna hand the one half to Zach, if he's still there.
Throw it in the sack.
And then I will hand the other half to Vicarious.
Are you sure? You not all want to hold on to this?
Yeah.
That you were brought here.
Keys to the city.
And I just holds out her hand.
I'll hand it over to Anais.
I'm fully aware that I'm over my head here, and that you all are the Chosens, and I get the feeling this is your decision to make.
Okay, but we're also like
But for now,
not that old.
Well, if the affinities chose you old enough, then I think we're fine.
Okay, but it's not like we're all knowing and all powerful. It just means that some people just chose us to do something.
Well, so you are going to keep it sealed now, then. We can discuss this later. Do you guys want to start getting out of here?
I believe so.
Yeah, let's go.
I don't feel the best.
Whether you wanted it or not, and as you guys start walking out, he's speaking to all four of you, whether you believe in yourself or not, you are the Chosens. You're going to have to learn to accept the decisions you make for whatever consequence or reaction they give. If this is something you chose to do in a path that you choose to take, there's a lot more than yourselves that are going to be affected by what you choose. That's why you have friends and allies to rely on. I'll support all four of you with my life if I have to. You guys make your way up the top of the stairs, and it's about 50 feet, 60 feet, into the larger, kind of excavated, I think that was the word I was looking for last games, excavated site that's been looked at from top to bottom. And you can see similar designs now, similar themes, but this is a lot less ornate. This is what you would feel like a little bit more typical for a place just that anyone had found and created and molded into their own. You guys make your way all the way back out. Where were you heading? Back to the city? Back to the little town?
Skip over the pressure plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pressure plate was up north on a different path, so yeah, you wouldn't have to pass by it.
I thought that's why we came in.
No, that was like a hallway off to the side.
That was the way you came in, but there was other paths that you could take out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was like a side hallway. That's how you got to the armor room. What are you guys saying?
I think I would just be on like high alert and be like looking everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Is everyone just quiet and kind of
Thinking.
processing and thinking and on alert?
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys
For
walking
now, I think,
normally? Are
yeah.
you stealthing? What's up?
I was walking normally. He's tired.
I think I'm just keeping an eye out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd be
For
stealthy.
anyone looking out for danger or for anything, give me perception. And if you feel like you want to be stealthy, you can give me a stealth roll.
16.
15.
I beat Anais. Wow.
I know. Crazy.
11.
Oh man, Zach's gonna be number one.
Well, disadvantage is what hurt me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Are we
I
all-
rolled a nat 20.
Oh.
Are we rolling?
Yeah, perception.
Oh, okay.
If you were looking out for danger.
Yeah. 17.
All of
Second
you
place.
slowly make your way out of this area and quietly thinking upon what you found here and what this means. Who could be on your tail? The dangers that it could face. The rewards it could give. You start walking up the hill, around the curve to the corner and the end of this ghost town. This town that you've entered that seems to have been built up to support the archaeologists as they were here. None of this was really here before, so it's not as decrepit as before. You across the way, you can see the archaeologist hall, the ones with Callum's office. There's a communal hall, like where meals would be made. There's like a general store. All both seem abandoned, dispersed. You see the path leading up to the hot springs and the mushroom patches. Meikai, as you guys turn the corner, in front of the tavern where you guys would be, you can see off in the distance in the middle of this path. So it's buildings on either side, a pathway, and directly on the other pathway is the decking. That was where the airship had landed, right? The airship is gone. Airship is doing a trade route. As you turn the corner, though, you see a large red-winged wyvern. Seems to have a crushed wing that exactly reminds you of the wyverns that attacked the ships. You take this notice. What do you do?
Stop. And yeah, but I'm trying to be like real,
Sure.
like quiet about it and just
Kind of put out your hand, stop them, and as you kind of take a better look and look around, you see two of the wyvern riders, the elves, look pretty banged up. And they're yelling in Elvish inside. You guys can hear the yelling, but not quite sure what's being said. You see the goblins that work there and the female scribes on the porch. And you see a second elf with the young boy, the scribe, with a knife at his neck holding him hostage. You do not see Zorth anywhere.
Oh. Okay. Do we all see this now? Or is it just me?
You can, yeah, if you point them out. Yeah, I mean, everyone at this point could look and see this. You're about 3 blocks down because of the stores, and you can hear a tense moment and yelling from the elves for something, but you're having a hard time hearing them.
Doing something right.
Nice
Huh?
nods.
We're doing something about this, right?
I'll just start running full.
Don't put the child in danger.
What do I do?
I don't know. What are you guys going to do? Are you just going to jump in?
Nice
You
signs take them by surprise.
I was just gonna go punch him and probably kill them.
How far out are they?
From where you are, he's about 70 feet.
Dang it.
First one's about 70, the other one's about 75, 80 feet away.
Nice signs if we're not careful, it'll just kill the kid.
What do you all want to do?
Start launching spells at them? I don't know.
Nice signs we could take them by surprise. Get closer.
Is there like a back behind buildings to get closer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's a behind on this side, or you could go across the street and try and sneak on the other side and potentially corner them or get up on a roof or get through the building on the opposite side of where they're at now. You can kind of see all the goblins that are now just like holed up, and one's just sitting here like, whatever. He's giving a pretty obscene sign to the elves that kind of spit and like are like one's pointing at him and like yelling at him to do something. You see one of the goblins go back inside to grab something.
If the back route, like on the side we're on, looks fairly clear, I'm gonna go that way. Sneaky.
Yeah. Can just.
So the two of you are going that way? Are you saying anything to everyone else or just going?
I'm just going.
What about Anais and Kyle? They both start walking that way. What do you guys do?
I'm having trouble
this way.
picturing everything. I mean, I think I would just try to sneak between buildings and get closer so that we can.
Which side?
have a
Same side?
better vantage point to take them out. Is that the
'Cause it's
side that's
either-
going on?
Yeah, it's either we're going along the side and then coming back so we can like go like this rather
Imagine
than
like a straight
crossing the
shot
street.
road with stuff on both sides.
Mhm.
We're on one side, they're on the other side down the road.
So if
Yeah,
this
so we're
is
gonna
where
go behind the
elves are,
buildings.
they're going behind these. This is the opposite side.
Oh, okay.
But they didn't say anything. They just start going behind the
Well,
buildings.
I was saying
You're
that.
waving towards them, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to get within 30 feet of those elves.
What are the other two you guys doing?
Okay, really fast. How far across is the street? Like, how many feet? You know, because if I was on the other side, would it be kind of like a
About
long
30 feet.
run?
It would take like just a one action to get across. So it's 30 feet across to the other buildings, and then it's about 90 feet from one end of the buildings to the other end. 90 to 100.
Okay.
They might see you if you cross the street.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably just try to be on the same side then and weave between buildings.
Uh-huh.
When I see something, I'll run that way.
You're just standing there for now?
Yeah, you said I'm about 70 feet out.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. You see Vicarious and then appear on the other side, like a purple door.
Can't grab his arm.
Oh, okay.
Take me with you.
Okay. Yeah, like last second. Oh, okay. So you two are on the other side. Vicarious is gonna try and sneak around to the back of the other side, potentially to find a position. Everyone, give me stealth rolls.
Oh, good.
$14.
16.
13. Not terrible with disadvantage.
Nice. What'd you get?
15?
15. Okay. I want everyone to give me initiative rolls because we're jumping into it.
It's terrible.
20.
19.
5.
Also 5.
Oh no. Okay. Zach 20. Makai. What'd you say? 19 or 15?
Mm-hmm. 19.
Okay. Okay. Oh, and the Vicarious. No. Okay. All right. And nice. You. Who has the higher dex between you?
I think Anais does. What's your dex?
I have 15.
Yep, she's higher.
You all slowly make your way around to the other side. Begin creeping along, kind of keeping up with each other. You can see each other in the alleys nodding and going across. The tenseness is building as you can hear now the yelling. And nice, you can hear and pick. Where are the other ones? Bring us your gold. Where's your ship? Where's your ship? We're gonna get out of here. As you guys are over there, change the battle music. Jumping in.
Do we need to be in roll 20?
No, I'm gonna do Theater of the Mind for this one. Want to get some better music? Build the moment. There we go. As you do, I'm gonna give you all a surprise round on this. However, you do hear another one go, wait, I heard something. If you want to act now, I'll give you guys a surprise round. But you guys are at the third building in the alleyway. Not quite set up in anything, but in that third alleyway at that building on the back sides of each. So you guys can choose to do what you do now. It's Zachary, Makai, then Elves, then Anais, Kahu, and Vicarious.
But the elves wouldn't act this turn because of surprise. Right?
Correct.
Okay.
If you choose to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Zach's doing nothing.
Zach, what are you doing?
Yeah. How far are
So-
we?
You guys are on the back end, so you're about 30 feet back. No, about 20 feet to the back of the building, and then about another 5 in. So it'd take a full round to get to them.
So I'm less than 30 feet away from them.
You'd have to move to get in 30 feet, but yeah, like a couple more steps, and you just going up the sides of the house to be able to see them.
Okay.
Do you have to see them?
Yeah, I'm going to be within range of 30 feet.
But is it?
Right.
Do you have to see them or no? Or whatever you're trying to do.
I mean, it doesn't say that, but...
If it doesn't say anything, then you're good. Is it the blinding one though?
No.
Okay. Blinding one you do have to see. They have to be able to see the crystal, but
Mhm.
cool. Yeah, so you can stay at the back of at the back corner of the building if you want. Maybe take one step forward.
I want to actually loop around towards the main street now and like leave the group on the backside, you know, like between buildings up towards the front.
Sure.
Within 30 feet of the guy who has the kid. And as I come up, I'm gonna bonus action sanctuary on the kid.
Nice.
Smart.
Very smart.
And then I want to use my action. I'm gonna attempt to persuade them to let the kid go.
Persuade him? Okay.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
Like calm
Persuade
them
him.
down and just be like in Elvish, so I can speak Elvish.
Okay. All right. So you heard the same things. Them trying to yell, you know, go get the gold, go get, you know, get us the ship.
And I'm just gonna say, let the kid go. He's done nothing wrong. If you have issue, take it up with other people. Threatening the child will get you nowhere but trouble.
You're saying this to them, right?
Yep.
So you've circled around enough to be able to see them and speak to them, right?
Yep, I'm out in the open.
What's your body language in all this? Are you hands up, your staff? What's going on?
I'm hands up, not looking threatening, trying to be just persuasive to let the kid go.
All right. Give me persuasion with
And-
advantage.
And maybe we'll talk.
And you kind of see him like, he kind of turns and he holds the boy in a little bit. The other one's kind of looking around, seeing
That
you
is-
intrude.
21.
21. All right. That's your turn. Are you doing anything else?
Nope, just standing there.
Makai, you hear Zachary run up and hands up, try and persuade them not to hurt the boy and not gonna hurt them. What do you do?
And we're like 30 feet away from him, you said?
You're about 30 feet away from them in the back, so it'd take a full round of movement to get to one of them.
Cool. Well, I have 40 feet, so
You can get to both.
I'm just gonna run right in between them.
Okay, and do what?
The one that's holding the kid, I'm just gonna punch. I know Zach just said, but they're holding a kid, so I'm not seeking to kill them though, but so non-lethal blows, or at least punching them until they fall unconscious is what I'm trying to go for. Does that make sense?
Yeah, very much.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So 15?
15.
Uh-huh.
I stupidly didn't look this up. Wait a second. I think that hits. Give me 1 second. Should have had this ready. Counter. Nope. Yes, that hits.
Okay. Cool. So
You
do I still roll for damage or
Yep.
no?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to get them down to 0 for them to knock out.
Okay. That's 5.
And you're doing the one that's holding the kid?
Yeah. And then I'll use my last key point because I had one more saved.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do flurry of blows and make 2 more if they hit. Okay, that's the same as before. So that's
Monk. Flurry of blows activate.
so that's the same. So it's 15.
15 hits.
And plus another 4 points.
Okay.
And then last one is an 18. And that is 6 points.
Nice. Okay. 6 points on the last one?
Yeah.
All right. You kind of go up and super quickly as his attention is turned to Zach on the other side of the building. And you see for a second the knife go loose in his hand, just kind of like trying to figure out what's happening in the situation. As you run up, it goes taut again, and you come in and underpunch one rib, another one, swing around and elbow him in the side of the face, just right at the temple. He looks a little dazed, for sure. Do you do anything else in your turn?
Did he let the kid go or no? He still has it.
That was the kid.
Okay. Well, that was my bonus action, so.
You can see the knife kind of nicked a little bit at the kid's neck.
Yeah.
And kind of just reaction.
Okay.
Give me a perception check.
Me?
With disadvantage because of the attacking.
Well, they're both 19s, so.
Dang. Okay.
23.
I am sending you a message.
Okay.
Makai, it's in your Discord channel. Okay. All right. It is now the elf one's turn, and you just hear him go, "Not you again!" And he slits the kid's throat with his action. Wisdom save. Yep.
How's that a surprise round?
It is a surprise round.
surprise
You're right.
round.
Oh. That's good call. I'll give you guys a surprise round. You see him tensing up to do that. Good call. Thank you for the reminder. So that would be both of them are surprised. Nice.
Okay.
You see this momentary flash of what could happen if you don't move and protect the kid.
How injured does the guy holding the kid look? Because I would run around this side.
So he's already beat up looking, but.
He's looking fairly beat up.
Okay. What's my strength? So you might have to tell me, but is there a way or a roll I could do to like get the kid out of the guy's hands? Or is that kind of like an impossible situation?
You could definitely try. Right now it's a
Like,
grapple
what would
check.
you have? A grapple check? Like,
Or
to get
either
him
grapple or disarm, which is the same mechanic. You would have to
What do you
do
roll for?
an opposing athletics to it. He can do acrobatics or athletics to your athletics, I think. How it goes.
Oh, okay. That sounds good.
You're basically using your attack action to try and wrench the arm free and free the boy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
I forgot to change my color to battle cam.
Yeah, I will. I'll try and get the kid out of his hand.
Okay. You
Or
running up.
disarm him, I guess. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, I'll try and disarm him.
So kind of running past Zachary and going up kind of in tandem with Makai. Go ahead and roll me an attack with athletics or no, with your
Wait.
athletics, sorry.
You just want my athletics.
Yep.
Now I am proficient in it, so.
Oh.
Maybe we can use it. Maybe not, though. It's really a... Ha! Yeah, I got a 7.
Well,
That seems about par for the course, so...
how does it work in ability checks if it meets?
No change of situation.
No change of status, right? Okay.
Yep.
You both seem to be
You're
fighting
wrong.
with the knife right there, almost like he's wanting to pull it in, and you're just holding it just enough to stop it.
Okay.
Nothing's changed, but you're kind of just grappling and fighting with him.
I can't believe you rolled that low.
This kid's eyes are just wide. I need a perception check with disadvantage from you as well.
Wow, 15 and 16, so 20. What's 15 plus 7 right now? I can't remember.
Yeah. Okay. That's a 20.
What's
so,
15 plus 30?
You know. Anais, even in the distraction as you're pulling the knife from the kid's neck, that is what you see
What?
in your channel.
Oh.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
So the earlier when the knife nicks the kid's throat, that's what you're seeing.
I don't really
That's what-
get it. Okay.
That's what I was trying to figure out too, but yeah.
I feel like I need to ask a clarifying
Yeah,
question
go
with
for it.
that. Should I just
That's
type
fine.
it in there, or
If you want,
what do you?
For
Or is
now-
it
for
super?
now,
Is
just-
it actually super sneaky? Okay.
just put in the you can put it in the chat for now. No one else really is able to pick up on this quite yet.
Me.
Yes, they do. That's how. Yeah.
Um. I put one more.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not an illusion. He is bleeding.
Okay.
Make
I
I ask the
asked
same exact thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. That's my
Is
turn.
that your turn? Okay.
Yep.
Does that make you react in any way? Give me,
I
a,
think she just.
give me a wisdom save. Give me a wisdom check. Wisdom save.
check?
Save, yeah. See if you're
Save?
acting or cool. Yeah. Or what that
Okay.
means. Yeah. Just curious. It's an easy DC.
19.
Okay. Sure. In the moment the adrenaline's pumping, it takes your eye, but it's not stopping any of your movements or anything like that. All right. They are turned Kahu. You now see everyone rushing in. You're on the opposite side. You're about 50 feet away.
I will run up 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I will use a bonus action to turn into a giant.
Yeah.
And I will throw a spear.
Yas, that who? Which elf?
The guy holding the knife. I'm going for his throat. Well, yeah, I'm going with the guy holding the knife.
Okay. I'm not sure if I made this clear before. I am a big proponent of natural ones do potentially put other people in harm. So just want to make sure that's clear before any actions are made.
Yep.
I wanted to eat skewers tonight anyways.
It's a 16.
16 hits.
So that is...
I think this guy is really holding that knife with like the best grip in the world because
Havana can cut you.
But really, the worst grip in the world because 7.
yeah.
Oh, God, 7.
Not a 7 on the grip. It's a 7 on holding the
13
board.
points of damage.
13 points of damage as you throw the spear. Anais is holding him back. He's just slow motion taking a punch from Meikai as you send a spear through his shoulder, dropping the knife, cutting the kid again in the time. Just a scratch. It's not like slicing an artery by any chance. But he's falling back, seemingly passed out, unconscious, dying. Yeah. Meikai's the only one that said non-lethal. What about the other two? We'll clarify that.
I don't
Well,
know
you
if
didn't
you
do
can
any
non.
damage, so.
I didn't do an attack.
Don, what about Kaho? Is he at this point lethal?
I saw a knife at the kid's throat. I was
Sure.
throwing that thing from the guy's throat.
Sure enough, twisting around and slumping on the ground, unmoving, is the first one. The kid comes free, grabbing his neck, and kind of like just runs into Anais' arms. All right, you do anything else? That's my favorite thing ever.
Yeah.
That's your turn?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll turn and I'll rotate, so I'm staring down the rest.
Sure. Bardicdice just comes out. How dare you put them in danger! And he blasts out a magic missile at a higher level. Oh, that's right, he doesn't roll. Good thing he doesn't roll, because that was pretty bad. This one, just all 4 beams come crashing into this other elf, almost lifting him off of his feet for a second and pushing him back. After Bardicdice does this, though, you hear from atop of the same building, you just hear from a swing, do you think you're the only one's gonna be in the action? And you look up and see Zorth just sideways shooting these weird guns that smoke out, pa, 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 doing this action pose swing. Quite weird. But he does hit, and you see the second elf come flying back and seems to get hit with some sort of pelts of metal and huge wounds on his chest. Seems to be bleeding out. Okay. In one turn, you both are able to seem to dispatch the elves. There is a wyvern left. It's top of the turn. Zach, this wyvern is kind of screeching in reaction from what's happening. And it actually starts to look like it's turning and running away. What are you doing?
There's no more elves.
It's just 2 elves.
There's just the 2. Okay.
You get the idea that these were the 2 that fell, that didn't die from earlier. You can kind of see like a crushed wing, and they looked already bruised up a bit before before anything happened.
He will go to the kid to make sure he's okay.
Sure. You run up to him and thank you so much. Thank you.
I want to examine, make sure the kid looks okay.
Sure, give me a medicine check. Still in combat.
Are we still in initiative?
Still in
Okay.
combat.
That's fine.
15.
15. You kind of move his hand away. The blood's darker than you would expect. Like a darker than human blood. It's elvish blood. But he does have a bit of a nick on his neck.
I'll do my healing hands on it.
Sure. Kind of see the
Oh, you're
wounds.
an elf. I'm not healing you.
You see the wounds clear up a bit, and
Anais.
he's just very shaken up. Hey, thank you. He's like looking at his hands, and like they're just shaking. They're kind of covered in this dark blood.
Stay calm. And I'm just going to make sure that I'm blocking his body from any attacks that may be unseen.
Sure. Makai, you see this wyvern turning tail, running away.
I'll go after it.
Sure.
I'll go and punch. I'll go punch it.
All right, go. You run up. It takes a full action, full 40 feet to get to it.
Yeah, and I'll punch it. Yeah.
Hold on.
Or try.
I'll say you get to it. It's fine.
Okay. I was gonna say, because if not, it's okay.
It's running
but...
away, but with 40 feet, you're able to catch up to it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. It's only got a 20 speed right now. It can't fly.
I have a
I forgot to hear you punch a dragon.
16.
16 hits.
Okay.
Roll me damage. It already looks pretty damaged. It's
4.
4. Okay.
Yep, and then I can, my bonus action, I'll just punch it again. And that is not a natural 20, an unnatural 20.
Hits.
And that is 6 points.
How dare You get the kid as well. 6 points. All right. Starting to
Yep.
look pretty hurt. Still bruised. You're kind of punching into a cut that seems to grow wider. You're kind of grappling its broken wing, just kind of like punching it at it.
I'm really small too, so it's just
Weird sight.
yeah.
Both elves seem to splurt some blood and look like they're not surviving at the moment. Anais?
I don't think I even have any spells left. So I can't even help them. I don't even have Spirit of the Dying. So, not that I don't even know she would anyway. So, she,
And this is they're the same elvish, barbarian elves from the White Grass tribe that tried to attack. the
oh,
ship
were they
earlier.
from White Grass?
Yeah, from what you can
It's
see. of them.
there.
Oh.
But
Those are the barbarian pirates that tried to attack the ship earlier.
No, I know that. I just didn't know they were from White Grass.
Now you can kind of pick up the imagery on their like, chests and war paint.
Can
Also,
I-
what's your action?
Can I look to Bry, and almost ask him something as like a quick thing?
Sure. He's just kind of standing there, heavy breathing. He doesn't like running.
I think she'd quick ask, or sign over their White Grass. Would they know anything?
They might.
She'll try to medicine check stabilize one of them.
Which one? The one that held the kid or the other one?
The other one.
Okay. You walk over to the other one. Are you still
No,
bound?
the one that held the kid.
The one that held the kid? Okay.
Mhm.
They kind of like still binding him, like putting a knee on him or something like that.
Mhm.
Okay.
She's not being gentle about it. She's like looking almost mad she has to do it.
Yeah.
I gotta. I'm rolling really bad. Sorry. 5.
5.
Yeah.
Trying not to be desensitive about this. You go to put like a foot down on him to like keep him in place, and you hear it crack, like a rib. Shoot!
I haven't done that. I haven't
you're
done.
like-
I haven't done this
you're-
before.
You're like trying to grab the scarf and find the wound and put pressure on it, and you're just having a rough time, rough go with it at the moment.
Okay. There we go. All done.
Kind of be sensitive about that. Okay. Kahu, what are you doing? You see Meikai bull rushing and attacking this wyvern.
I think it's out of my reach at this point, though.
It only went 20 feet, so it's about 30 feet away from you. It was about 10 feet away from them and just turned and started walking away, trying to get away. It's hurt. It can't dash.
I will walk over there and see if I can pin it down.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
21.
Surprisingly enough, even how strong it is, has a hurt wing. It's already taken damage. You, with your big size, just kind of pin it under kind of one arm and kind of hog tie it down to the ground, and you have it pinned and grappled.
Yeah. That's my thing.
Shh, it's growing dark now. Shh.
Go to
Go to
sleep.
sleep.
Go to sleep.
It does seem to be quickly docile. It's a creature that's been under control and tamed. So, Rykaris just runs up to Anais and, "Are you okay? What are you doing?"
Well, what do you? I guess I'll just. Can I reply?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just sign. Would he know something? I don't know.
I see. And he'll try and medicine check. He kind of moves your hand out of the way and goes to the other side of the neck and puts some pressure on a bleeding wound that's right here, where he got hit. He seems to be stable for the moment, though unconscious.
Okay.
Combat seems to slow down. I'll let you guys jump out of initiative. as this dragon seems docile. Mekai, unless you're just outright still pounding at it.
No, I think when Kahu does that, I'll just.
Okay.
I'm like pushing her off. I'm like,
Hey,
It's okay.
hey.
Seeing the other one be healed, I'm gonna spare the dying on the second one.
You just kind of hear like a couple of the goblins. Thank you. I appreciate it. The girl is like the other scribe is like was holding onto one of the goblins and just falls to her knees crying. This boy is still kind of like shaking. Rick Harris like just runs up to the girl and is kind of like making sure she's okay, and he still hears Zorth shooting off. Yeah, that was the best thing that's ever happened. Did you see me?
Right, guys.
Anybody? Anybody?
Good job.
Yeah.
Which kid is this?
This is the two scribes that had come with you from the Centaurium.
They had a kid with them too.
Yeah, it was. What do you mean?
Well, it was the.
Whose kid is this?
the assistants for.
It's our scribes.
This is
Yeah,
the,
these are.
the
yeah, we
kid
had
that was
squires.
held as the squire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are like the assistants at the Centaurium that basically just clean the rooms and assist, and eventually they become like squires and stuff like that towards the.
It was the kid that was like, Zach, you're so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same kid.
Okay. You okay?
Thanks to you guys. I'm a lot better now. Thank you. They just came in when you guys were gone, and they were looking for the ship, and they're asking for things and asking where the leaders were, and then the guy with no feet just disappeared, and I don't know what happened.
Come on. I'm gonna take him back inside.
Kind of put his arm around, put your arm around him and lead him back inside. And Rick Harris is leading the girl inside and telling the goblins to, get some water for, his hands and some food and warm food and things like that. Zorth is slowly being pulleyed down. Seems to be changing out of like an Indiana Jones style outfit to like his normal vest and things.
I'm gonna get the wyvern to get tied up on a post or something.
Okay. With all that being said, as the chaos ensues and quiets down, you all take the time to calm the kids. Get everyone to calm down. One of the goblins is freaking out as well, but the other one, it's okay, buddy. It's okay. He's like rubbing his back. Doing like the little lip quiver. But they're fine.
I'm tying up the elves.
Tying up the elves. Okay. We're gonna go and take a break as everything's quieting down. It's 9:30. So we'll go and take a quick break and then come back afterwards to the chaos that is ensuing at the moment. We'll go ahead and take a 7-minute break, a couple minutes after the 30. So thank you guys for joining us. Hopefully you're enjoying the little bit of action that we had for our cast members now that we're all back together. And we'll see you when we get back from break. And then he just grows into the big monster, and you guys all die. So all right, so that's Fates United, everyone. See you later. We have to end to make a critical roll. All right, no. So we'll continue on tonight, even though the critical role campaign 2 wrap up is tonight. But I can wait. It's fine. Luckily, we come back. The chaos from this last ditch effort from the elves has been calmed. You do have them alive. You were able to save them in time before anything lethal happened to them or final. They are tied up and put in the corner, or kind of left outside. I'll say they're left outside on the porch, tied up. You guys brought in the 2 kid scribes and are calming them down with one of the other goblins. The chef is getting, some more soup and some kind of hot liquid to make them feel better. And I have like a fly. That's weird. As we jump back in, what do you guys do?
Take a bowl of water and a cloth, and I'm wiping the kid's neck clean.
Yes, thanks. I mean, I can do it. Thank you.
It's fine.
You're really nice. Thank you.
Just glad you're safe.
Give me a perception check.
5. Zach special.
Cool. I mean, elvish blood, human-looking-ish boy. You're just taking care of him.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
What's Bry doing?
Bry's just consoling the girl. I'm just gonna. It's okay. It's. We'll go ahead and call the transport. Let's probably. I think it's time we back to the Centaurium. I'm so sorry I brought you guys into danger. Kind of looks to the rest of you. I thought we'd be safe here. Guess I was wrong. Because she's just like, I just want to go back.
If Zorth's around, I'll ask him something.
It's about that time. That coming from like kind of the behind swing door, just he kind of comes swinging back out in his normal vest, and you see one holster that's like loosely on his waist, but it's not barely being held up, and looks precariously held there, but just kind of swings open. Never felt more alive. That was the main thing, wasn't it? I mean, sorry. I hope you feel better. And he's just like patting him on the back. Okay.
Do those elves come around here a lot?
Kaho, did you come inside? Are you normal size again? What are you doing?
I would have made sure the wyvern was tied up nicely, and then I probably would have gone inside with everyone.
Okay. Yeah, you helping Ice tie it up.
I'm outside.
Oh, you're still outside. Okay. But Makai, what did you ask? So it's the 3 of you guys with Bricarius inside.
Yeah, do those elves usually come here?
Actually, if Anais is outside, I'll probably stay outside as well.
Okay. So just the 3 of you guys. All right. Not really. No. Just the ones looking to get mushrooms. These ones stay away. They just they like to go for the sky ships. Why did you guys bring them in? Have you seen them before?
We fought them, I think, on our way here, but we thought that we had beaten them.
So you're trying to say I'm the one that brought them back? You're the one that brought them back to my resort?
We thought they were dead.
Apparently not. I think one of them is. Shot right between the face. Right here. I'm a hot shot. Never miss. And he takes it out and goes and misses a can. You just see a goblin go clink and knocks it for him. He's like, yeah. Never miss. I love
Cool.
this guy so much. It's so much fun to play.
Yep.
You guys doing anything else specifically inside, or we'll move it to the outside group?
Go outside.
Jump it.
So you guys are just kind of consoling them, just kind of taking your breath. Anais, you're standing outside. How are you kind of walking up, keeping the wyvern calm? You see Anais standing there in the porch.
I'm looking through all their stuff in their pockets and everything.
Give me an investigation check.
Anything in there we can give the wyvern?
Guess we'll see. Guys, this is like all under 5s I've been rolling. So I have an 8 total.
Nice and Ren are twins.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of going through their pockets. And it's not that they really have pockets, but each has like a pouch hung around their neck. There's not much. I mean, there's some dried up berries, a few pieces of jerky. I mean, but there's not much to find on them. They have like.
What's the pouch? What's the pouch on their necks?
Hmm?
What's the pouch on their necks?
Yeah, they each have
Is
like
that
a
what's in
leather.
that?
They each have like a leather pouch that have like the berries and stuff in it.
Oh, okay.
Because they don't have pockets on them. They're all kind of wearing like loose, like just barbarian type. They're just protecting the nudes.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest, they have war paint on them that's like white grass growing on a red horizon and going over their eyes and stuff like that. They have like wooden spears with stone that's, you know, tied. These are definitely nomadic, non-quite civilized, living out in nature type barbaric tribes of elves.
Did Kahu ask me if there was anything to feed the wyvern? Or was you just saying that?
No, I asked.
Oh, okay. I'll just like hand you a bag. Almost look not disgusted at him, but just like frustrated that there's nothing here.
Open it out and dump it out.
This will be beef jerky, some dried berries. Dick.
I stick it in front of the wyvern.
Give me an animal handling check. Disadvantage because they got pummeled.
Natural one.
Kind of snaps at your hand and just kind of like recoils a little bit.
Like it's on the
tugging at
ground
its
if you
chains
will.
a little bit.
It's on the ground if you want it.
You
Walk
leave
away.
it in, yeah, leaves it in time. It's not really trusting you guys whatsoever at the moment.
I'd like point to his head. To you.
I set up the link.
Right, okay. I was just waiting for you to ask me to do it, and then I remembered.
Yeah, so she's like, I kind of want to question them. They're from Whitegrass.
Well, seems like they... Are their chests still rising and falling?
Yeah, barely. One a little slower than the other.
If they pull out of this, I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to question.
I don't know how to be intimidating, though. Really make them answer me.
Well, you gotta make one of these faces.
She like looks at him blankly, kind of.
Blink,
Are you
blink,
sure
blink,
that'd be
blink.
intimidating coming from me?
Do you not have a war face?
I don't think so.
Do you need to work on one?
How do you find one?
Where's some water? Is there like a pool of water anywhere? Or like a mirror or something?
Sure,
Or a window?
There's a window there, and then I'd say there's like a horse, whatever they call them, bucket trough thing.
Okay.
Trough.
Trying to find someplace we can see a reflection.
Either one.
Bring you over there.
You can even see it like where they're sitting below a window. You can almost like look up and look right into the window.
Look into the water.
Look at the water.
What do you see?
Water? She like looks back at you.
What do you see looking back at you?
It's a goblin just like sleeping and he opens his eyes.
Oh, creepy.
Okay.
Horror movie.
Are they going?
Is this supposed to be one of those questions? I don't know what I should answer.
It's a riddle.
I know I don't look very scary.
Is that how you feel? What you're seeing right now, is that how you feel?
Pretty much.
You feel blank.
Yeah.
You don't feel any emotion towards those people.
Oh, well, I mean, to them, yeah, angry. Bardicdice. We have to talk about that, by the way.
Okay. How does that person make you feel?
Like I'm going to kill her.
Keep looking in the water as you talk about it. Why do you want to kill her?
You can see creases up at your nose and snarls start to appear as you speak of her.
Yeah, probably, for sure. What did he ask me? I'm sorry. I just blanked. Did you say why?
Yeah.
Okay. Because she's the one that led this whole thing.
Let everything that leads you here. So you feel anger. She led everything that led you to where you are now.
She's the one that told them. Kill everybody in my family, so she needs to die. And I need to be the one that does it. And I'm gonna do it before she does it to me.
What are you saying?
Someone that talks big but can't follow through.
So you're mad at yourself as well.
Obviously couldn't do anything about any of this.
Is that going to stop you?
No.
So where's the rage? Where's the drive?
It's all that's keeping me going right now, I guess. But it doesn't seem like it's amounting to much.
There was a moment there where I saw your face, and it had the drive. Look. You need to find it. Let your emotions out.
On them?
No, right in this moment. You're seeing yourself right now, not them.
I don't know how I can do it. I don't know how I can do it right now. I have to see. And I don't know. She almost seems almost too overwhelmed. It's like there's so much emotion, and then it's like, it's almost like she's almost powering down from it. It was a lot. Like it was a lot, and then it was almost like too much. If that makes sense at all.
Anais, you're stepping back from the precipice. You need to step up to it.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what you're talking about, though.
Have you ever been in war?
No.
When the moment of war happens, there is only survival. There is killed or be killed. There is nothing but rage, anger, hate, bitterness. That is why you have to be careful about getting to that moment. But once it comes, you must let it. drive you. Survival is the only option at that point. Look into the water and find that. There you will find your war face.
Does Anais attempt it? Give into it at all?
Yeah, I mean, I think she would. Can I just like kick over the trough in anger?
Give me an intimidation check real quick.
Yeah. I don't have good charisma.
You can get advantage
I got it.
with Kaho.
Camp counseling me into
Camp counseling, war
hatred.
crimes.
Yeah, I still got an 11.
11. As you go to kick it, the full anger just gets released from inside of you beyond what you even were expecting. And as you kick and physically kick this trough, the lightning in the cat eye begins to rumble with a thunder and zaps down through the trough. And the trough in the water goes flying as it zaps up and zaps the first elf there as he wakes up.
Oh, it wakes him up?
And it goes, a thunder wave erupts from your anger in that moment. Everyone can hear it from inside.
Oops.
Get up and head outside.
You just see one of the goblins kind of being like looking out the window. Bardicdice is kind of running up as well, but staying back. Make, are you running out?
Yep, sorry.
What happened?
What are you feeling? I'm just speaking mind to mind with you at the moment.
Yeah. What, Mark?
I keep asking what happened. 'Cause
Yeah,
no
I
one's
know.
talking, so
Yeah.
what happened? What happened?
So, in my head, to Kahu, I'll be like, translate for me. And then, and then I'll sign, like, kind of like, because Zach is asking, like, what happened. Anais just says, I'm seeing what he knows. She, like, signs that to him, to Zach. And she, like, turns to the...
At the same... Kaho, are you saying this out loud for everyone?
Yeah, I'm going to translate what she asked me to say.
You hear Bardicdice just out of reaction beginning to say what she translated, and then seems to catch on that you're translating, and you see him with intrigue quiet up and kind of let you take the lead to translate for her in this moment. He's keeping an eye on Anais and seeing what's happening, but the elf is just snarling. Kill me now.
So she says in Kahu's head, but she's just like standing over him, just like glowering down at him. And she says, she says, tell me what you know about Bardicdice's association with Whitegrass.
He's like giving this wide grin of just bloody teeth and spits at your feet. Traitor. Give me another give me another intimidation check. You're kind of rolling with it at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I'll kind of use that instead.
I assist her since I'm like speaking,
all
like doing the
standing.
angry
Not for
voice
this one. I'm not specifically going for whether
Ah.
he's intimidated. It's more or less the journey within her at the moment.
Oh, okay. Well, I got 3.
Everyone else sees this anguished fury on your face, and you just lose control and you just smack him on the face. It's more of a I almost went with wisdom save instead, but like it's the intimidation.
I would have failed anyway. Yeah.
You almost lash out at him. Doesn't seem intimidated, but it's your struggle with your control over this anger and whatever Kahu is trying to bring up inside of you.
Control the rage. Focus it.
She looks to him and then she just goes, "How?"
You hear the elf.
Look to the storms.
Betrayed us just as much as you, Solaris. You all deserve to die.
What was the first name you said? I missed. Sorry,
He said the Lotus.
Oh yeah.
And basically calling both the Solastarium and the Lotus out as being parties that betrayed these people.
Oh.
Or him.
What do you mean? They betrayed you?
They abandoned us. Promises. Life, water, food. Leave us to die. Taking yours, going beyond the mountains to live. Leaving us to die. To scavenge.
Just because you're close-minded fools. You could have been creative, instead of hurting other people.
Don't come from means like you, girl. And it's kind of just like looking over at what you're wearing, and you're wearing this dwarven ornate smoking armor right now.
So what did Lytus promise you?
It is what are you talking about?
The Lotus. What did they promise you?
They promised our tribe that they'd give us the solution. Give us a way out. A reason. They abandoned all of our tribes. Especially us. They're decimated. Our kind is dying off.
They're not-
God.
They're not with you anymore?
Haven't been. All of us have been scavenging, spreading out, trying to survive in the desert. I don't belong to any city. I don't belong to any council. I don't belong to any leader. They've all abandoned me. We scavenge for our own. Living off the crumbs that we get from these ships that fly over. You know better, Solastarium. Hiding behind in the mountains, leaving them, abandoning the rest of us. Promising us help, allyship. Where's that? None of you have come from beyond the mountains again. You're all
Maybe
the same.
because you keep killing off the people that try to help you. Slapping the hand away. You're killing yourselves.
We weren't going to kill anybody.
In the ship?
You see me kill anybody?
Can I insight?
Sure.
Well, that's above a 5. It's a 6. So,
It's an easy DC. He doesn't,
11.
Yeah. Doesn't seem to be lying to you.
I look over at Kahu just to see what he's thinking.
Finally looks up past you, and there's a little bit of now an intimidation of you plus this giant figure standing intimidatingly shadowing over behind you. The muscle too. To you. And all this is being worded by Kahu as well, so.
Right.
But the intention's there.
Your words sound a little hollow, friend. I saw how many arrows you put in my friend here. I saw the knife at that one's throat.
We wouldn't have let any of our kind die. We were just there to take enough to survive.
And why do you not come as a traitor and instead of pirate?
Kalishtar up in your mountains. No one goes and gives a second glance at an elf.
And yet we spared you.
It's like looking over at his partner who's just like... I've grown scorned all my life. This is the only life that I had, the only choice I did to survive. Kill me now or let me go.
Do you go? Are you at White Grass often?
No.
Or are you saying you left?
We've left. We might still wear the tribal symbols. All of us are just scavengers on our own now. White Grass has been abandoned. Desolate.
The whole tribe? Or are you saying you're abandoning it?
Everyone I saw left when I was there. There might be a few trying to hold on to what was.
When did that happen?
Some moons ago.
She turns to Makai and Zach and kind of signs, do you guys have any questions? She seems to have calmed down a little bit for the moment.
He scoffs, looking at Makai.
Kind
of quiet down.
At least I don't threaten children. I mean, you could have come in peace.
As if you all would have not killed us seconds.
Hey, I didn't. I withheld my punches. Believe me, I would have had you completely
I
killed.
saw you taking down my... Well, no, he didn't see the pet, never mind. I saw
Yeah,
you
he was
taking
like,
down my allies in the air. They were
Yeah,
dead
because
upon
it's the.
contact.
Yeah, you could have come and said, "Hey, we need some help." There's always a way. I was a scavenger myself for 2 years, and I didn't pillage or capture anybody or threaten anybody.
He looks again, he looks over at the weapon at your side and what you're wearing. And
I'm where I am
Sure.
now because I worked hard.
he's just kind of like laughing and smiling. Sure.
And I'm
Tell
abandoned
yourselves
by my
whatever you need
people.
to.
Yeah.
I tell myself you shot first.
Whatever makes you sleep at night. Your people have killed many of ours. Don't think you're innocent.
Is there anyone
Is
in
it-
this world who truly is?
First thing I can agree with that you said.
It's not about what we've done, it's about where we go next.
So where are you going to let me go next, then? You going to free us or kill us? Slaughter us here.
Do you promise not to take anybody hostage? And try to, I don't know, do something more productive? Maybe try to make trading routes or something?
Whatever you
Do
want me
something-
to do. I promise I'll never come back here again, that's for sure.
I don't want to make you do anything necessarily except not kill people.
Untie me, I'll pinky swear.
What?
Do oaths mean anything to your people?
Do what?
Do oaths mean anything to your people?
Oaths are for those that make false promises. We are just here trying to survive another day. And you can see he's very malnourished. Skinny. To trot. It looks like he's scavenging day by day to survive.
We bring these ones food.
Yeah, let's get some food.
You don't seem like you're okay with that little girl. He looks back at you and eyes. And like moving his jaws and like now just noticing like some pain. Like there's a burn mark right here where like the electricity kind of zapped him awake. And he's like, now it's starting to feel the pain from the adrenaline wearing off.
What is Zach doing in all this?
Zach is just standing back watching.
What's his mood?
He's just watching.
He's in Zachary mood.
Yeah, so she so she says with Karo, she says, if she'll say, I don't care if they want to feed you, but I want to know everything that's been going on here.
Just arrived here. You were here before I was.
No, I'm saying with your tribe. What happened to make you scatter?
Ask away.
Where's Lotus? All that.
Know what Lotus is? Part of a chosen few. Bullocks, anyway. Anyone that believes in higher powers or affinities, none of them have come to my aid. They've let our race die. None of it's real. They came to our town giving us promises. Our council leader left for some assembly, never to return. False promises, false saviors. Death is all that awaits us.
Who is your leader?
I have none now.
Who was he?
Oh, names. Names. Not much.
She'd even like motion to Makai or whoever was saying we should get them food. She's like you can do it if you want, type of thing. Like while she's talking to them.
I'll look over to the goblins at some point and be like,
Yeah, hey.
Avis was the one that left for the assembly. The one that never came back. Probably found his own survival. Like I said, we all look out for our own now.
The assembly you're talking about, the one a couple months ago, right?
Of course. Promises from Lotus and promises from Solasterum of solutions working together. Ever since, it's just been death, monsters, drought. All of our crops die. Children are plagued. Why should we trust in that anymore? The plains grow dangerous day by day.
Well, you shouldn't trust in Lotus. They're scum.
You're not wrong. Yet, I would spit just as easily at a Lotus as I was as a Solasterum. You haven't done anything more or less abandonment than they have done. That snarls a little bit.
Do you know Dravar?
Dravar?
Yeah.
No. Riot
Inside.
roll.
Briar roll, 12.
Doesn't seem to be any recognition on his face. Where's this food you promised me? And you actually see like a goblin who's like standing there just waiting for you guys to like let me know when.
I go and get it and bring it back.
The other elf is still out.
Well, I'll help because Kahu's still translating.
Yeah, I mean, and Anais is like, she looks like she's calmed down enough, so if other people have questions and stuff, like, they can ask them. Because we all were, like, exploring stuff together, so.
Yeah. I really don't, though. My guy's just like, what?
Meg, are you feeding him?
I'll bring the bowl over to him. I mean, he's bound, right?
He's tied up, yeah.
I can feed him.
Let's say you put it
Okay.
down.
I'm
Just
cool about it.
jerks.
So mean.
He needs to get this too.
Teases.
No.
I'll pick it up and feed it to him.
Kind of looks a little untrusting, but the hunger takes over and he just starts.
I'll eat the first bite.
I mean, still would have eaten it, but okay.
I'm just trying to prove it's not poison for you.
Poison would be a welcome death.
And yet you still fight. To survive.
What can you say? An animal cornered lashes out.
Except we're not animals, are we?
There's a little bit of an acceptance of what you said and kind of like, whatever. Whatever.
But we're not animals, are we?
We are left to live like them. We are treated as such. Why not act as such?
Because we have a choice.
Since your tribe chose to march down upon our plains in our weakest time.
You've clearly made choices. You could have chosen to take your own life at any time, but you have chosen to fight. You could have chosen
goes
to follow
really-
your leader, but you chose to break away.
It was really quiet when you say that. Almost like calling him out for it. Goes just to eat the mushroom soup.
I just keep feeding him.
It's bland. Where's the meat? Little beacons are a jab right there.
You run wailing in the background. He's the
I'm
cook.
trying to catch fish, but there's no lakes out here, guys. I killed a crow though, but it disappeared before I could cook it. Okay, anyways. Mark.
So let me see if I'm getting this right. You're saying that Lotus came in promising for things to be fixed. The leaders left for this meeting, and then no one ever came back, and then the tribe dispersed.
Yes. Some grand woman showing magic, pretending to be blessed upon the affinities. Lotus had the answers. Dark, black-skinned woman with gold tattooing on her face. Gold lips. Goes by the name of Yavanna.
Have I don't think I've heard of that before, have I?
No.
That was I think.
Yavanna. way. I'm gonna give you a description. I'll post a picture of the description in the chat.
Okay.
Question for you, DM.
Mm-hmm.
Does the description sound similar to the appearance of Valis?
The appearance of him? I mean, like, to the Inquisitor lead, do they look the same? That we're asking?
Yeah, based like off the picture I've seen, it looks kind of like that, but
Dallas.
Not the leader of the Inquisitors.
yeah.
Oh.
I think is it Vara? Is it Valis? Vara? Yeah. Similar-esque? Not quite. I mean, you've seen him before. He doesn't have elf ears. It's... You can ask a few more questions if you want to clarify. It might bring up like a... it's kind of a resemblance, but it doesn't necessarily ring out like... Wow, they must be one and the same, per se.
I'm not saying one and the same, just...
No, I meant like one and the
Similar.
same race or anything like that, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But no, it definitely kind of just... I mean, they're both, you know, darker skinned with lighter attributes on them, but... If you want to clarify, you can ask.
Nope.
So he was saying she came in.
Came in where?
Well, I think you were continuing what she did. We just got a description.
No,
and
that's it. Yeah, that's it. Just kind of that she came in showing promises and trying to claim that Lotus had the solution to bring followers to her cause. Yet they haven't been back since, abandoning us. The drought hasn't been fixed. Food hasn't been brought to our bellies. Magic tricks. That is clearly not a believer of
Right.
what they're spouting.
For sure. She will say Soulstern's leader's gone too. Did you know that?
Don't care.
What about the other tribes?
Don't know. They haven't come to our aid. Apparently we haven't come to theirs.
I'm just saying, if your tribe's leader is gone and my tribe's leader is gone shortly after this thing, this meeting, don't you think that might mean something?
Doesn't help me any. You just hear this as he's sucking up the soup on the spoon.
Well, you're clearly upset that your tribe fell apart. I'm offering you, maybe, there's a common denominator. It's a person that did it.
What? You want to start your own tribe, girl?
You can hear like a laugh at Kahu's head. At Kahu's, you can hear, and
Kahu, you hear?
shakes her head. She just shakes her head.
Wait, was that from her or from you?
Yes.
I don't understand what's happening here, but whatever. No, why are you...
Eat.
Like, he very quickly doesn't care and goes back to the food. You are still signing this at the same time too, right?
I'm not really
Most of what
signing
you're saying?
it because, huh?
So you're not signing most of what you're saying. You're just letting.
I don't.
Kahu
I would
listen.
say no because if Kahu is saying it, then everyone can hear it. So there's no point.
Yeah, he looks confusing, but kind of like whatever. I don't understand it. I'm being fed.
Mhm.
Cool. Like,
Yeah.
guy doesn't really seem to care about stuff over his head that he doesn't understand.
Yeah.
There is, out of all of this, the one thing that you do pick up on is this similarity of survival. There's a primal instinct that came up in you while you were alone in the woods, in the plains running.
For sure.
You can relate at the same time as like not relate and be like, you're being stupid, but like in the back of your mind, you're like, I would have done a lot of bad things if things had gotten desperate too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, there, you know, him describing it, like she knows how it feels, so.
I wouldn't quite say kinship per level, but a relation.
No,
You can
not at all,
understand.
but
Yeah.
but I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so so she'll just say, she'll look to Kahu, and she's not saying this to him, she's saying it to like Kahu. And she'd be like, I don't think he actually knows anything. I don't care what he does.
Fair enough. I look over at him. Do you need us to bury your dead?
Vultures probably already got to them. Burying them doesn't matter. There's nothing that comes after.
If I could show you, I would, but I can't. And I can't make you new promises. But what I can do is I can make sure your wyvern there. You and your friend who is still here have the food you need for the time being. Reset yourselves. Reset your minds. I think we're all facing a different enemy who wishes us to all be at each other's throats.
Give me just a straight persuasion.
Not great. Not great. 6.
Kill us, so let us go. Bother you.
And don't try to rob anybody else or intimidate them, because if you come at other people on an airship like that, of course people are going to retaliate, because they think you're hostile. Maybe come as a peace offering and say, hey, we need help. Please help. Let's trade. Let's
Give me a persuasion
service
check with
goods.
disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Because the
Okay,
first one
please.
failed.
Oh, okay. They're both.
You're rolling some good disadvantage
I
rolls
am.
today. Make it
They're
up for-
both 12s, so 15. They're both 15s.
Looking you up and over. But he recognizes the silver. Would you like to trade?
Yeah, you want a cookie?
Actually, yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. I'll give him a cookie.
Oh, I didn't think I'd actually have one. Okay. If you all are willing to feed us, give us home. we'll
Well,
work for
we
you
don't-
here.
Ask the goblins that. Don't ask us. We.
Yeah, that's more or less my decision, not theirs. Just saying.
Yeah.
You can just hear in the background. It's a
So
nice
funny.
moment, though. I didn't mean to interrupt. Just saying, just the line of authority. You know, hierarchy. Gotta ask up, you know, just I'll leave it be.
Pitch Zorth, do you think that you could use some taller people around here to help with certain things?
Swing me forward. Swing me forward! Okay. It's like slowly. just coming out to where you guys are. Just a real slow process. Stop. He takes out the gun and points it at him. It's like, if you even try and side cross me, I swear I'll put a bullet between the brains. But yeah, if you want to work for me, I got openings.
They have, I mean, were your people any kind of metalsmiths or craftsmen of any kind? There's a lot of, and I'll just kind of motion to the abandoned town. There's a lot of things that you could fill. I'm sure any surviving members, if you can bring them here, you can make a new town and be productive and help. Make a trade. Do something with your lives.
I mean, I'm a good flyer.
Yeah.
I actually did all this painting. I really like to paint.
Yeah. It's great.
He's really good, like, with sewing stuff, actually.
Well, he'll need it. He has a lot of scars.
I mean, we can
Wanna walk?
try. Guess.
I'm gonna walk behind him. I'm gonna untie him.
Anybody else stop him?
No.
Anais just kind of walks away, is keeping her distance now. It looks like she's like cooling off by herself. Like she basically just was like, "Kahu, we can live. I don't really care." And then she's like processing off now.
All right. I'm sorry. All right. Thank you. What's your name?
My name is Kahu. I go to shake his hand.
Tarek.
Make I?
Does he shake my hand back?
Yeah, I'll shake it.
I'm gonna shake it.
Little
I'm
wet,
gonna turn his wrist over.
wet noodle.
I'm gonna
over.
I'm gonna put 10 gold in his hand. A new start.
What do you want in return?
I want you to have a new start.
I mean, technically, he's an employee of mine. Maybe if you want to give that to me to give to him later.
Zorth, not right now.
All right.
Zorth,
I
if
love
he's
Zord.
and if he's the flyer, he's gonna be the one be able to bring supplies between places here.
That's a good point. It's like our own personal airship. It's kind of just looking over and I'm like, what the heck? Why would you give me gold? I've killed that boy early.
Desperate people
She
do desperate
didn't.
things.
I just nods. It was kind of like lightly slaps his other one. Larkin, wake up. Kind of like wakes up in a spurt and just. He's like, it's fine. They're all right.
It's best.
What? It's kind of they're kind of just looking at each other. And he goes,
Another
Yeah.
food bowl next to him.
"They didn't kill us." Whatever you say, boss. All right.
Are there other people that you know that in your tribe that you can bring here?
I don't know. Killed the other two that we traveled with. So you should have seen their bodies, man. It did not look like it hurt. They were out cold before they even hit the ground.
Well,
Who are you people? Why are you traveling?
we just came to do some digging in rocks and get good mushroom soup.
It was pretty good soup.
So that's why it's world famous. That's why we came here.
Rick just kind of stops forward and goes, well, this is heartwarming. You two can stay in over there on the other side until we're gone. Just precautions. He's kind of like looking back at the two kids that under his protection. Kind of just nods and he starts to go and tie his friend. Does anyone stop him?
Nope.
All right. And you just hear Zorth, and it's like, shucks! Go put them to work! Have them start collecting mushrooms! Go put them through the employee handbook, it's fine. Alright. You just hear, you hear another goblin in the back, the chef starting to walk back. He goes, goblins and elves working together. Oh my. Just kind of like, whatever.
All gotta start somewhere.
They all start separating, walking away. The other one's like scarfing up his food. You guys are left there with each other. Bardicdice is very noble of you. Not sure I would have done quite the same, but do you want me to call the airship?
I think that's proper.
I'll see if she can be here tonight.
Yeah.
Walk away.
Is nice around still?
Yeah, I'm around. I kind of distanced myself.
Okay.
Like letting you guys finish up with the elves, basically.
You can
Is
see-
Zach still nearby?
Standing there.
see the one of the goblins taking the two elves to the larger building that the archaeologists were living in. Seems like they might be setting them up in a bunk somewhere.
I'll walk over to Anais. You had the rage. And you managed to temper it.
I think it was just because I'll sign it this time. I don't know if is everyone standing in a circle or is it just us two?
Everyone else is pretty much there on the porch, minus Bardicdice.
Okay. Okay, so I'll sign. So everyone can see. But it helped that he wasn't with them.
I'm just saying it was good of you to keep clarity of mind. That even though he wasn't with them, you didn't keep the focus on him. It's good to let this storm rage. But it's good to know where to focus it.
Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel right now.
That's fair. I personally feel hungry and tired. And I sit down.
Like one of the rocking chairs right there on the porch. Just slump back in it. Zorth swings out and brings you some food and drink. Like a big cauldron that you guys can take bowls out of. Well, you guys look like you deserve it. I put some extra spice in there for you.
Thank you, Zorth.
You guys are left alone, the four of you. All the goblins are gone. The scribes seem to have gone upstairs. Precarious. Another room.
And I signs to Zach. I'm surprised you didn't have any questions for him.
No, I did.
Any reason? You always have questions.
Yeah.
You know more about him than I do. I don't know.
I just hope that they don't go around trying to be sky pirates.
It is a choice they have on before them. But who are we to make that choice? If they're willing to change, do we give them a chance or do you end everyone's lives?
my question is, do you give the same chance to every elf?
Well, unless they're part of that crazy group. I don't know. I feel kind of no remorse if they were a part of it, and we would have dispatched them, to be honest. If they yielded up no information, or even if they did, I don't know. But I also feel like hesitation is not really safe at all times.
You certainly can't hesitate in the moment, but if given the opportunity and the time, I think it's worth giving people a chance.
If we find this leader of this place, no. Because they didn't give the same mercy to Anais and her family, so why should we extend it to them?
I think the counter argument to that is someone needs to step up and make a difference.
Anais she's not even arguing for one or the other. She looks like she's just listening to everybody right now. But she finally signs and I guess says to Kahu at the same time. What exactly did she say when you saw her? She said she can do necromancy. I didn't hear anything about that.
That's what she claimed to me. But how much trust do I put into people I don't know? Especially those who work dark magics. It's quite a little, actually.
Could just as very well be lying to you.
But we have two people that were supposed to be dead that look like they're walking around.
That's fair enough.
I'm just wondering if it's the same thing.
Like, who's the second one?
Like, wait!
Like, did I forget to write something down?
Does make you wonder, though, if she's working for Shadow. Why would she bring back those who would hold affinities?
Maybe unknowingly, or trying to sway you.
She is working for the darkness.
And yet it still makes me wonder if there's a little bit of light left in there.
Why?
I don't think so.
Because I feel that balance exists. It's just very out of balance.
Are we going to start a rehabilitation camp for people?
I don't know how to do that.
I don't know either. But no offense, I'm with Anais on this. And sorry, Zach, I know you're against it too, but if I see her, I'm not showing her any mercy. I'm not. Absolutely not. She'd be, as soon as you hesitate and say, hey, let's talk this out, let's have a little powwow, she will kill. No questions.
How do you know that?
Because people like her, that's what they do.
Kill people?
Yeah, that's what she is
yeah,
there for.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. And he just turns and kind of walks towards the door.
Zach.
No.
You can.
No.
Does a conversation that's going to happen, whether it's now or later.
I'm not going to be a part of a group that's hating. It's full of hatred and vengeance.
Do you want to try to get her and reform her and try to help her? I mean, we can definitely try to capture her. Maybe she's under a darkness spell, I don't know. But
Exactly. That's my point.
okay, but I'm saying if she's trying to... I'm not going to try to pull my punches if she's trying to kill any one of you. That's the other half, though. You can't.
I think that's a different story, though, there. If someone is attempting to kill one of us, you're talking about needing to meet a swift solution with a swift solution.
Okay, let me rephrase it. If it's that sort of situation, we'll see where it goes. But if she's accidentally killed, I'm not gonna cry any tears. I'm
And
not going to feel bad.
And I think what Zach wishes to know is, it may be poor of us to make a decision based off of short-sightedness. If there's perhaps more to the story. We should know what we're missing before we pass full judgment on somebody when it comes to their lives.
Look back at the mine. There was that rabbit folk who killed a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But he was under the control of something else.
That's a good point.
And after we saved him, he was able to help bring us to the druids in the mountain and save them.
True.
Zach does have a point there.
But what if it turns out that she's not?
The hand of vengeance should never be the hand of justice. Justice is blind.
Do you mean vengeance?
Justice is blind.
Justice is blind? Oh, wait. Sorry. I thought you said it wrong, and then I got confused. That was not Anais. That was Rachel being like, wait, I don't understand what you're saying. I'm sorry.
All right. So let's say she is under. Then I'm all for trying to dispel whatever it is over her. But if she's not, and she's doing this of her own, like she's 100% committed and whatever, drinking the Kool-Aid. Then we have a different dilemma. I'm not just gonna kill somebody outright, Zach. But at the same time, we also can't just assume every single person is innocent either. Again, if they're coming at us, just like the Sky Pirates, I mean, that was an example for all of us. I actually did not punch that guy with intention to kill him. I just wanted to knock him out so we could question him.
I sought to kill him because he had that knife to the child's throat.
There you go.
Once you were able to save him, and the threat was passed, I had no purpose in killing that man.
There's a lot of gray in this world. It's not just black and white. You also can't think everybody who takes a life is automatically a bad person either, but at the same time,
Anais finally, like, kind of chimes in after all this, and she just signs. I see your point, Zach. If I'd be willing to see if she's being controlled or something.
Or manipulated, or tricked in any way. here to protect people. If this group turns into just hunting people down to kill them, just because they seem a certain way, this is not for me.
No, that's not what we set out to do.
Nice just signs he's talking about me.
But
She
We
just
all-
looks at him. She looks at him, right?
I think they need a chance to talk this one out.
yeah,
Do you two need a moment?
No. Is
Insight
that everything I need to
check.
say?
I probably believe you. It's a 10.
Is that everything I need to say?
Oh, you're muted.
You guys
now.
disperse?
mm,
Are you guys still talking?
Zach
I
will
do
begin
feel-
to walk back inside if no one stops him.
I do feel bad about those other two from the airship thing. Hindsight.
Why? They'd shot a knives with it, riddled her with arrows.
Well, I'm just saying, I still feel bad. It's a hindsight thing. I mean, their intent was to harm us, so they got kind of what they deserved. But still,
Is Zach still here? Correct. For the minute.
For a moment still.
Yeah. A nice signs. Well, maybe we need to all figure out what our game plan is every time we get into combat. Are we going to kill right away? Are we going to leave everybody alive right away? That sort of thing. Because, I mean, that's probably what's going to cause the most disruption with all of us, right?
I would recommend, unless we learn another way to distinguish things, to be on the cautious side.
I will seek to be cautious. But if they're coming at us lethally, I cannot promise that I will hold my blows.
I'll do my best to pull them back from the brink.
And Anaya's signs, I mean, we really haven't even. In all the combat we've seen so far, I don't think we've killed anyone yet, correct? Besides the two. And that was more their wyvern fell.
Plus the other 4.
What are the four? All the elves, right?
There's 2
Is
wyverns.
that right, yeah. But before that, I mean, we've all been cautious.
There's the creatures we've killed.
through the harpies and.
There's the basilisk.
Mhm.
Do creatures matter? I don't.
Less concerned about creatures.
They have souls as well.
I'm less concerned about creatures.
I mean, we're all gonna be together, right? So we should probably all try to at least somewhat be on the same page.
Mhm.
Are we okay then?
I think so.
I think there's gonna be some growing pains, but Talking will be critical.
Mm-hmm.
Should go get something to eat. I'm ready to sleep.
Mm-hmm. I'm tired too.
Precarious begins to walk back in. Right. Captain will be back tonight. I told her it was an emergency. They are finishing up their wares now in Celestia, and they were going to take the night there, but they're heading back. Why don't we rest up and let me come grab everyone when the ship's here?
Mm-hmm.
Still the spa if anyone wants it.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
Everybody okay?
I think so.
Kids are a little shooken up, but they're stronger than they look.
God, they're okay.
She signs. Bri, is that kid an elf?
Cabin? I think he's a half-elf. From what I was told.
Notice the blood.
Oh, right. The darker?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of always curious how half lineages worked, but it's neither here nor there. I'm gonna go rest a bit. But I'll be up, I'll keep watch. I know everyone's worried about Lotus and everything. And he'll turn.
Oh.
Yes?
We found this cool cloak down there. We didn't get to show it. But you might be interested in it.
Walks forward. Do you take it out?
Yeah.
Kinda does the same scanning and his eyes glow white for a second. Interesting. I think I've heard of these in Dwarvish Seamstress and Arcane. They call this a glamour weave.
Mm.
You can actually look it up in the D&D equipment. And the brooch, it's that I have seen before. Similar, just in a different make. That is a brooch of shielding.
Oh?
It stops certain arcane missiles from hitting you. Quite handy, and you kind of see him move a couple things, and he's got one similar, just in a more elvish make.
Zach, you should use that.
I think you all should keep these. Whatever you found there. Maybe that crown could be something we could study, or I could get together the archaeology team. You all, and he kind of looks back to make sure no one's listening. You all have a decision to make with the crypt. If you want any of my suggestions, I will give you them, but I think this is your decision as Chosen's to make, what you want to do with it. And there doesn't have to be any rush on it. I think that Kahuranji stone is the key. Whether you want it to be researched more, or keep it shut from potentially falling into other hands.
Maybe allow limited access. Research the people who are going in there, do background checks. Limit it. Secure it.
That would take manpower.
Yeah.
And relying on allies. So it depends on who you trust to run that.
I mean, who do you trust? My connections are 0 now.
I would have said all the elves that were the archaeologists, but till we find this Dravar, I don't trust any of them.
Centaurium?
I trust most there. And he kind of looks over at Zachary, but know that some of you aren't as trusting as I am. And rightfully so. I think at this point, you all have to keep your head on a swivel and trust each other first and foremost. Anyway, let's not burden the trip. You still made a great find, survived, and showed great maturity and mercy. The elves. I was looking at you, Anais. Proud of all of you. I think you all have been making very great strides, both at the Centaurium and living up to what the future holds for you. Why don't you guys go? Go get some rest, get packed. Call everyone when we go.
Mm-hmm.
Does you guys all break up? Spend time.
I do give Zach the brooch.
Okay.
Though I know I said that right before, but then Bryce started talking.
Sure. Zachary, you can add a brooch of shielding and dwarvish make to your inventory.
I think we could all benefit from this cloak in different situations, so I don't know who that should go to, but
Nice signs we could pass it around even.
The cloak changes imagery and have illusionary patterns on it as a bonus action. It is the uncommon kind, so once per day you can do a charisma check or a performance check and add a d4 to it.
Oh, nice. Can I change it to look like moonlight?
Sure. It shines radiant.
This is fun.
Nice signs you can just hold on to it if you want.
Oh, don't. Okay, fine.
What?
I think Makai is quickly very much like, oh no, please, you guys can. Okay, sure. I'll hold on to it.
No. No, she literally does not know what to do with it. She just thought it would be useful for anybody in general.
As soon as you put it on, it kind of form fits to your body. Alright, so you guys head off kind of on your own.
Going to the hot springs.
Take time to go to the hot springs. Does anyone else join at the hot springs?
No, you can't come.
Zachary, I'm guessing you're spending most of the rest of the night alone.
I'll go find the kids. I'm gonna teach them how to play dragon chess and just hang out with them until the ship comes.
The girl says sure. The boy seems a little more shaken up and kind of just asked to be left alone. He's got a little bit of a headache. Wants to sleep. Maybe later. Thank you for saving me. And he shuts the door. Nice, what are you doing?
I don't know. I think she would probably if everyone else goes, she might go with them, but I think that after this it's just she's probably aimless. If someone guides her to something, she'll probably do it, but she has expended a lot of emotional energy and now there is not a lot left.
Staying down below, kind of keeping watch or eyes out, or are you going up to your room until someone gets you? What's
That's true. Yeah, I probably would be maybe just keeping a lookout.
You can sit right inside the door, like at one of the tables, and be just looking aimlessly out the window, processing everything. Makai comes back down as she's going to the hot spring. Kahu, what are you doing?
Oh my gosh, Richard.
One of the goblins is like, come on.
I want to go ahead and make sure that the 2 elves we helped out are settled.
Sure. They seem to be getting settled, eating and kind of resting up a little bit. They kind of seem to be taken care of and like very appreciative that they have a roof over their head for the first time. And it's almost like not quite a kid, but like, you know, when they're kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop, but still being appreciative and honoring the kindness that you guys have given them. So they seem a little on edge, but they seem appreciative. And the other one that didn't seem as hurt, the main one, is already like starting to clean up and tidy up this place and, you know, clear out some of the broken wood that was left, and actually seems to be kind of honoring that, like, we'll work here and help out type of attitude.
If he's okay with it, I want to help him clean up those a bit, if he's willing to let me.
Sure. Yeah, they don't stop you.
And before I turn in for the night, I want to see if he'll give me the name of each of his companions. You can send that to me later.
Okay. I didn't have names.
You're like, dang it.
Carvon and Carvon and I don't know, let me think about it so I don't. Usually when I do this really quick, I'll double up on a name by accident, and I don't want to double up on something. So,
Ricarious.
Ricarious.
There is
Hey,
a
to be
Ricarious.
fair, that's not my naming. That was Rob's.
True.
So that was already out there. I had already named Brightcarious before I decided to bring them in. Yeah, I'll send you the names. But you know, you help them for a bit. Sun starts to dawn a little bit, or starts to, you know, go down the horizon. Set. Thank you. You slowly
I'll clean up and go to bed.
head back, go to bed. Brightcarious is taking the first watch. He's thinking that the ship will arrive here soon, but a nice. Give me a Constitution save.
Oh my gosh, 3.
Oh no.
You are awakened in the middle of the night because you fell asleep in that chair, just kind of curled up in the corner, looking out on the desert. It's weird because it's strangely familiar being back in the desert like this, but not at all. You don't feel home. But you wake up to a blanket on top of you and fire stoked in the room, and Bricarious is just gently shaking you awake. Nice, the ship's here. Time to go.
Yeah, I was like looking around, startled. She fell asleep.
The rest of you had eventually gone to bed and are being awakened by different goblins or Bricarious. The scribes, well, more the goblins, but the scribes are helping a little bit, are carrying all the luggage. They're being very helpful. Even the elves have came out to, you know, help you guys. Captain Ruby's
Really,
kind
it's
of...
helping Bricarious.
What is that?
I said it's really Bricarious's luggage because I feel like we all had like a bag, and then Bricarious has like
most of it was
50.
Bricarious, yeah, to be fair.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
tools, not clothes. Whatever. But you can see the captain on the ship and her first mate. They all look really tired, as if like we weren't expecting to come here tonight, but okay. You know, she is. All right, pack it up. Time to get on the road.
Sorry.
It's fine. Understood. There's an extra fee, so I'm not too mad. Record's like, yeah. Centaurian will pay for it. You guys slowly begin to work your way up to the gangplank, up on the ship. The goblins all gathering to say bye. Zorth kind of standing there in a swing, waving. All right, now, come on back. I hope you had a good stay. Give me a good recommendation. 5 out of 5, if you will. All of you are up on the edge looking down, and the airship begins to take off. And as you look down, I need everyone to give me a perception check. A mad lit left, because this is for him.
22.
18.
25.
All of you.
30. Yeah.
30?
13.
Oh, I was like, good God.
Whoa! How's that
Everybody
possible?
except Kahu. Kahu, you're looking, you can see Zorth waving and the goblins waving at you. The rest of you notice that there's like more hands around the city waving at you. There's like one at the tavern. You can see like Chef Hat Zorth. You look over and you see like Indiana Jones Hat Zorth. And in the back, you see like a blacksmith apron Zorth. And they're all just like, alright, thanks, see you later. Bye, guys. Yeah, you should come back and treat us sometime. There's literally 5 Zorths all throughout, just waving at you bye as you guys leave. Yeah, there's
Everyone's
definitely
confused.
multiple Zorths here.
What was in that mushroom soup?
Oh, yeah, actually, no, I was talking to him. Apparently, when he got warped here and stuck, he got duplicated in some way. It was quite strange. But
Oh.
he didn't think there was only one here. How do you think he got around so quickly? Oh, sorry.
And
I
I
should have
said
said something.
magic.
I assumed
Yeah.
I assumed he zorthed around. I don't have a joke.
Yeah, that's funny though. No, it's
I'm gonna go
Zorth 1,
Zorth.
Zorth the 2nd,
He's
Zorth the
Zorth.
3rd. They try and play pranks usually though, but
Do they ever argue which one's the best? Zorth?
all the time it's so annoying. But anyways, it's late. Why don't everyone get to bed? She's gonna travel through the night, and hopefully we'll be at Centaurium by morning.
Right.
He describes Kevin and I have the girl's name written down, but the girl heading in and kind of going down to the 2nd level to find their rooms. You guys want to do anything else right before you go to bed? We'll end the night there.
I would ask the captain how things are in Celestia.
Oh. Yes, seems to be going all right. Trade district was booming. Not really with outside ships, but a lot of people there happy to see the goods that I had. A lot to export. Usually there's more airships there, but seem to be gathering supplies for some sort of celebration. I'm not quite sure.
Celebration?
Seemed flags and a festival of some sort.
Does that sound familiar to me at all?
You guys have different
This time of year?
Yeah, you guys have different festivals that come up. This one seems to be maybe like a winter solstice type festival. About now that you think about it, you're like, all right, sounds about right. It's getting late into the winter. Kind of the equivalent to
Everything
Christmas.
seems well, though. People aren't in panic.
I mean, no fires, nothing like that. Everyone seemed to be fine.
It's good.
I mean, they kind of snooty folk stay to themselves.
Oh, good. Okay. Thanks.
All right. Just keep your hands and feet inside this time. Don't want you guys getting in danger. It's dark out.
Yeah.
Where's the big man? He didn't come up here and say hi. Was it Kahu?
Yeah, he's really tired.
I'm sleeping on the deck.
Are you sleeping up on the deck?
Yeah.
Oh, he's right there.
Oh. Let me know if you need anything, dear.
I think he's too exhausted.
I'm passed out.
Thumbs up, man. All right. So you're sleeping on the deck. What do you do with your gear? Just like slumped below you?
Slept next to me. I mean, I'm a soldier. I've slept next to my gear before.
Okay. All right. The rest of you guys going down to your room, Makai? Are you going sleeping in your room?
Actually, I was thinking about sleeping on top of the deck too, just because, in case we do get attacked again.
Fair. Going up to the crow's nest or something?
No, I'm just probably towards the front.
Okay.
And just nestle up and have my warmer clothes over me or cloak or whatever.
So the ship kind of goes down to like the cargo area and then up to the front part. So like kind of in the front.
Yeah, the front
where-
part.
Sure.
Mhm.
easy enough. There's some rope there and kind of like a few like things, books you can, or not books,
Nuts.
boxes, cargo boxes that you can kind of like set up against and like put some clothing behind you. It's a chilly night out, but nothing you can't handle, you know, tonight or by any means. Especially it's still warm where you guys are at.
Yeah. Well, I bundle up because I know it's gonna get cold. So.
I'm guessing you have all your equipment right next to you, or do you leave it in your room?
Yeah, I don't have that much stuff.
Actually,
Same.
I'm gonna find a place to put a hammock, and I don't want to sleep there.
Okay. I kind of figured you had a hammock. I
Kahu.
figured, yeah.
See, and you guys call Makai extra. He's over there setting up a whole bed.
He has his hammock.
Hey, anybody
Hit
can string
even.
a sheet between two things, and
True.
Zachary, what are you doing? You going down?
I'm going to find a spot nearby Anais within her region of alarm spellness. And sleep there.
So that'd be in the same room.
Well, I thought that was like a whole open room that we were sleeping in. With
There's
like
a whole.
Yeah.
bunk.
That's where the crew is below. You guys have your own rooms on the second floor.
Oh, that changed because on the way over we were
Yeah.
on the.
Yeah, we were all in
There
a
was like
common
a
area.
whole common area for us.
Let me bring that up. Let me just double check.
That's where I was because I
'Cause,
was
like,
by the.
Bricarius got a room, and he was like, "I guess you guys can take them, but you could also sleep in the common thing." And it kind of felt like we needed to be in the common thing, so that's where we were.
And we didn't actually really sleep because it only
We
took
didn't
like a
sleep,
couple
yeah.
hours.
Just make her
Okay,
was laying
so
down.
on the second
Yeah.
floor, there's cargo and then 5 rooms. There's 2 beds in one of them. Or you can go down to... I don't know what common area you guys are talking about. There's a...
It was just below.
It's near the front.
It was all the
Yeah.
all the multiple. Beds.
Oh, I
and
see
there
what
was
you're
6
saying. Yeah,
beds in
okay.
there.
Okay. With
They-
like the
yeah, when
curtains
they
and the
said-
hammocks. Oh.
Yeah.
So you're sleeping there?
That's
Yeah.
where Anais is, yeah.
Sure. I'd do an alarm spell too.
Okay. So are you doing an alarm spell on just the bed, the whole area? Because it's a...
The whole
How-
room, and
How long can alarm go?
it's 20-foot radius.
20 foot. You can't do the whole room.
Oh no, you're cutting out.
You can't do the whole room. It's more than 20 feet.
Just the
If you want
doorway
to bring up roll
and-
20, I can show you the map. I don't think you can do that whole area.
Well, that's fine.
Was it 20, 20, 20, 20? Is that how that works?
Is it radius or square?
Oh, you know what though? We didn't get a rest, did we?
Not yet, no.
Oh yeah, so I
We
would
got a
have
short rest.
You got a
I
short
don't
rest,
have
but
any.
not a long
I don't
rest.
have any spells left. I can't even do it.
You can't ritually do it?
Oh, I don't know.
Has to have the book next to it, yeah.
I think it is a ritual cast. Actually, I'm pretty sure it is.
Let me look.
And she can
It
also
is
just
like
set
a
it up.
ritual.
She can also just set it up in front of the door, and then it'll just door trip.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah, I'll just do that.
I'm just asking.
I can do it. I did not know it was a ritual. That's exciting.
No larger than 20 foot cubes. I mean, you could do the larger part of the room without going into the
Yeah.
front if you want. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. And I'll do like exceptions for Zach, Makai, Kahu, Rai.
Okay.
And the crew, because it sounds like they go in there. So
Same as always. It's within your head.
in my head, yeah.
All right.
I would try to talk to Zach, but if you want to save it for next time, we can.
We'll save it for
It
next
just
time.
depends on my mood. That's
It's
fine.
really late for you guys. It's really, I mean, it's like past midnight. So
yeah,
unless-
and I'm probably sleeping over by the navigator / wheel area of the captain.
Mhm.
She
Oh,
can get
on
me up if she needs.
Backside? Okay, sure. So Meikai's in the front on the main deck. You're on the backside. You guys are kind of right underneath where Meikai is technically. So technically, Meikai, where you're at, there's a cargo crisscross hold that goes that looks down into where Anais and Zach are sleeping.
Okay.
So just letting you guys know that it's like an open window above you. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll save that for next time. Is that okay that it's when you guys maybe wake up in the morning? Or is it important that you would do that before you sleep?
Whatever. I mean, if it depends, I guess, on
Up to you.
how tired we
Zach's
are.
tired. Zach's going to bed. Talk to me in the morning.
Sounds good.
So there's 4 beds in that square. 2 closest to the door, 2 away. Which ones are you guys taking?
The door, I guess.
Top or bottom next to the door?
I'll do top.
And then are you doing the one across from her or next to her? Back.
Ooh, this one.
Kahu's back here. Meikai's up here. Okay. You go to bed. You guys fall asleep. You are exhausted and tired. It's been a long day. I need perception checks with disadvantage from everybody, please.
I don't know what it.
Anais, I'll
Oh,
give you
jeez.
a regular straight roll.
I keep rolling the same numbers for these perception checks.
22.
21.
10.
13.
You guys fall into deep sleeps. Zach, you exhausted and began dreaming of Celestia, a festival, but destruction, fire, chaos. Meikai, you fall into a lighter sleep. You dream of picnic, an engagement with a man with no face. You know who it is. Kaho, you're just out. You're just dead to the world. Anais, you fall asleep. You can see your dad exploring these ruins with you. Going room by room. Look at this. And he's explaining the descriptions of the dwarves. And that's, you know, that's the affinities. And this is what they're working on. And it's almost like you're exploring it with him. And you reach out to try and talk to him. But there's no words. Come on, let me show you this. It's amazing. You'll find this is going to change everything. Just can't say anything to him. And instead of this joyment that's on his face, there's this sadness. That's when you hear the alarm go off in your mind. You suddenly snap awake. And the door is creaking open slowly. And a silhouette of a figure, short, begins to walk in. Quietly. Begins walking towards you. Are you doing anything?
Well, I have dark vision, correct?
You do.
So can I see who it is?
Give me another perception check.
I got a 9.
They seem to be short. Potentially one of the scribes. Seems like the boy doesn't have long hair. Hard to see their face in the gray. Looks appropriate.
Okay.
Continues to walk towards you.
I have my, I always have my weapon on me. So like I want to like be really still, and act like I'm still asleep to see what he's doing, but like my hand is like curled around it, like ready if something happens.
He's quietly walking up to you, and you notice as you're closing your eyes and trying to pretend to still be asleep, something in his hand. I finally found you. And he covers your face and stabs you in the side. And that is where we'll start next session. we'll see what happens and who and what is happening in this moment. So,
And if I can lash out, because I had my weapon.
I will definitely give you a simultaneous thing, but because you were pretending to be asleep, he did unfortunately have his chance to stab you. So, I need you to take 5 points of no, sorry. Wrong die.
Did he successfully stab her?
That's 4 points of damage. He did.
Probably.
She was pretending to be asleep, not fighting it, so. Okay. All of you just remember, you are asleep. I'm assuming most of you have no armor on. Is that correct?
Never did.
I'm a monk. I don't have armor.
I'm just saying the ones with armor. Just remember that.
Nanias. That's it.
I guess it is just a nice. Yeah, nice. You don't have your armor on, but everyone else, I guess it's fine.
And
All right.
honestly, I would be closer sleeping if possible to the captain, because like I purposely was sleeping in a spot where the captain could keep an eye on anybody approaching me.
We'll go over exact spots again next time as well. But perfect. We will pick up next week on an interesting episode of Fates United to see what will happen to Anais. Why this poor young boy seems to want to stab Anais. But thank you all for joining. I'm super excited. Thank you guys so much for the wonderful RP tonight. I wasn't sure if we were going to get to this or not, so I'm kind of glad that we were able to finish it off. So thank you guys, everyone, again for supporting Fates United. You guys are amazing, and I love you all. We definitely will have a game next week. Barring what happens in my world, there's a chance that first week, the last week of June, first week of July, might not be a game. We might skip that one. But I will let you all know, and I'll keep you updated. Let's go ahead and we'll raid our friend Mox Crystal to get some positive moments here to uplift from our kind of crazy ending. But thank you guys so much. We will come back next Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and don't forget to check out Beacon's Aura this Sunday and Isle Monsters possibly finale on Monday. It's gonna be a fun time. So I love you guys all, and we'll see you next week. Bye.